Bitch, you're really here? Yeah. Yeah, I'm really here. I can't call it. I can't call it. I feel like, man, it has been a whirlwind. I've just been trying to maintain my mental health. It's funny to say it out loud. It's funny to say it out loud. But yeah, no, I've been trying to maintain my mental health. I feel like it's going as good as it can, you know? But I got that pineapple core in my water bottle. So something's going right. Something's going right, bitch. God damn. Woo! But yeah, no, it's been a time. It's been a time. I'm low key only here because I wanted to just chat and just have a little time, but I did feel like it might be important to uplift something that's going on the internet. So I'm also going to do that as well. So for anyone just joining us, I'm reporting live from the biggest purple bonnet. I actually lost this bonnet, but I found it again. Jolly good, jolly good. Oh my God, what's going on? Simone, what happened? I mean, feel free to chop it up if you got it. Feel free to talk about as little or as much as you want to. You know, you just let it out if you want to. If you feel it, if you feel it. Don't do more than you want to. But yeah, no, life has been lifing. But I did want to come up on here because for some reason Ari Lennox is being dragged, and I'm gonna be super candid with you. I don't follow her very closely on social media. I don't know what's happened before. I don't know all the tea. I don't really give a fuck because honestly, what I keep noticing happening is that a black woman will do something or will just bring something up or will just exist and people will choose a moment where she's not being agreeable or following along with white supremacy in a particular way and will choose that as the moment to say that she needs help and she's unwell and this is a pattern and things like that. Yeah, Ari Lennox is being dragged. It's not good. Just to give a little backstory, so Ari Lennox went on a podcast and was talking about the representation of Tachina Arnold, who played Pam on the show Martin. And so, for people who are not aware, the dynamic on the show Martin was very much light skinned best friend, dark skinned best friend, but the light skinned best friend was clearly the one that was being centered as the love interest, whereas Tachina Arnold's character Pam was very much the scapegoat, was very much the and again, it's like the ways that people laugh at certain things, the ways that we see certain imagery as funny automatically, and the ways that like what we're communicating with our laughter is that like this person isn't supposed to be taken seriously. And so I'm sure as a lighter skinned person, me bringing this up is annoying to somebody, but one thing that's really important to me is to acknowledge that there are so many people who are also brown skin looking at Ari and telling her that she's unwell and she needs to get therapy because she's talking about colorism and how it's impacted her. And I think what's also not being uplifted in this combo is how much like Martin is like a black iconic show. I was born in 89. Apparently Martin came out in the 90s. Ari Lennox being born in the middle of the 90s doesn't mean anything, but they're trying to make it seem like all the like instead of hearing what she said about how it's hurt her to see a black woman be treated poorly, instead of hearing her, people are deciding to say things like, did she even see Martin? Does she even know? Did she even realize that Pam was always getting Martin back? And it's like, that's not what she's talking about. She's not saying that Pam was a great roaster. Let's focus on how she was roasting back. Like, that's not what she's talking about. She was making a personal connection to a piece of, honestly, black art. Like, if we're going to be real, Martin is black art. Like, I've seen people paint, like, beautiful portraits of certain shit in that show. So we just have to hold that like it has cultural relevance to this day. And so anybody deep dark skin who wants to talk about it, that's their right. And they're not causing any harm by doing that. But there are so many black folks who, and I want to put an asterisk because I don't want to say everybody's operating like, Ari is bad or doing something wrong. There are some people who are operating this way that's like, hold on a minute, like put some respect on Pam's name. And I hate that part of this, that like anyone thinks like Tachina Arnold's character was like, that anyone's like really critiquing her. Like even Ari talking about the harm happening to her. It's like, how do you hear that and think that Pam is under attack? Very like again, it's the ways that like this is a triggering conversation. And so I'm not trying to be obtuse and make it seem like why are people mad? It's not that. It's more that like Ari is breaking silence about something that is hurtful. So it's the way people are responding, like they don't care that she's hurt. Like the like you could even hear in her voice. Like in the podcast, you can hear in her voice, like this is something that doesn't make her feel good. And yet people are saying like that she's unwell, she needs therapy, she's been unwell for a while. And it just reminds me of when that principal from Abbott, my bad for not knowing her name, Principal Ava from Abbott, I do not know the actress's name. Forgive me, please, if someone knows it please shout her out because I'm not trying to play her, but I'm trying to offer that like she made a very weird joke. And you can't even call it a joke. She just made a very weird comment about her child, and people just randomly started saying they knew something was off about her. And it was weird because it's like, yeah, she did something strange as fuck, true. But now you're trying to retroactively get us to see her as a villain. And that's what I see happening with the Ari Lennox thing. Like I see a bunch of people being like, she's been unwell, she don't like herself. And it's like I went to her story today and I saw her post, she posted a picture of Lindsay Lohan and someone was like, see, I knew you didn't want to be black. No, don't get me wrong. Am I posting pictures of motherfucking Lindsay Lohan? No, but sometimes I post some shit that I know people are gonna be like, why are you posting this Caucasian stuff? Like at this point, I'm sure people understand why I'm posting Caucasian stuff because there's no such thing as Caucasian stuff. But some people will still look at a black person and be like, why aren't you doing the things that I thought you were gonna do because you're a black person? That's harmful. That's weird. That's weird. And I'm trying to say it in a way so that like I'm not trying to play with you. I'm hoping that you understand like you're causing harm. Like by thinking anybody black owes you any kind of behavior. And even Ari Lennox, like talking about Pam, what crimes are being committed? You would really think she did something like really harmful. And unfortunately, this is another reminder that like black women are always being watched to do the right thing. And in this moment, the right thing is to pretend like what happened to Pam didn't happen to Pam and to rewrite the story and say that Pam was always beautiful. And it's so sad because it's like, why do we have to defend Pam's worthiness? But again, that's the cycle of fucking abuse. It's like no one can just sit with the harm. No one's allowed to sit with it. You have to then perpetuate it out. So Pam was harmed by a TV show. Obviously, the harm Pam sustained harmed other black women, and there are younger black women who are going to talk about it in a way that older black women may not be comfortable with. Are they wrong? No one's wrong. And I feel like that's the most important thing is that there are black people that are very upset. They're not wrong. There are black people that are hurt. They're not wrong. Ari Lennox is hurting and upset. She's not wrong. And I just wish that the conversation could go to that place where we can hold that like everybody's opinion in terms of like the black folks who are wanting to defend Pam over who? Again, it's the way that like Martin Lawrence should have been popped out years ago and said something so that nobody black has to engage in this in good faith. But is he? No. And it's the ways that again, like people will say, well, Pam was roasting, Martin back. So again, it's the way they always went to Martin's house. Like I want us to just remember that I want y'all to remember Martin for real, like how it really was. Remember this, like Pam would go to her friend Man house to see her. She wasn't going to her friend house. It was a shared address where the light skinned person would be like, stop, whenever he would be colorist or anti black. She didn't really give a fuck about what he said to her friend. And so, with that being said, it's important to me to uplift this because there are so many of us lighter skinned people who will incorrectly think that because we are lighter skinned and have privilege, we should be quiet all the time when really there's so many moments to shut the fuck up. But moments like this are moments to uplift, like what we've been hearing, what we've been seeing. It's not a time to sit back and let black folks fight it out. This ain't it. Because again, the people that were in that room with Pam being roasted, like notice, it was rarely that Pam was alone with Martin. Gina was always there. And what was she doing? And so let's just hold that there are moments where deep dark skinned people are being hurt, a lot of deep dark skinned black women. And there's just a light skinned person there just observing, not intervening. And if they do intervene, it's not to say, hey, you're actually causing harm here. It's to say that both sides are problematic. And that's a problem. Again, I'm not trying to fight with anybody. If you don't feel what I'm saying, that's really okay. I don't expect anyone to care that deeply about what the fuck I say. But what I'm trying to offer is that I'm seeing a lot of people operate like Ari is too unwell to take seriously. And while I don't ever want to minimize a conversation where someone is lamenting about colorism, I do want to hold that, like, there are so many conversations unfolding, and it's so fascinating to me sometimes which conversations unfold that people are really wanting to, like, really sit down and go back and forth. And this being one is so sick because, again, what she said was she was hurt by something. She didn't say she hates Martin Lawrence. She didn't say don't watch the show. She said, I'm tired of seeing black women, deep dark skinned women, being disrespected. That's valid. Nothing she said was wrong. But it's the ways that, like, again, violence needs people to be obtuse and operate like, oh, something's wrong with you. Like, white supremacy needs this performance of behavior because while we're all going in on Ari, we're again forgetting that Martin Lawrence is still alive. He can still talk about this at some point. He should be talking about this. He should have been talked about this. He's late. What if the conversation went there? And it's not. It's the way that people keep on talking about Ari. Oh my God, I got to talk back and forth with someone who is trying to defend Pam as a character. And it's like, this is not the point of this. Pam doesn't need to be defended. Pam is not the problem. Pam's not even the focus here. We're actually focusing on the misogyny war and colorism in the room. We're focused on the system. Why are you fighting? But again, it's the ways that, like, people will say, no, this deep dark skinned person was great. No anti-blackness happened to them, as a pride thing, as a way to say, no, like, white supremacy is not here. And again, I'm trying to hold that there are going to be people who tell, like a friend of mine just told me that she for the first time experienced anti-blackness. And I'm sure she experienced anti-blackness before that moment, but the cognizant awareness of anti-blackness unfolding, I'm sure, is a whole different thing compared to what is obviously in your face, or more covert rather. And so with that being said, there are so many black folks, like just like when Flo Milli first came out and said she never experienced colorism, like there are black folks who are embarrassed of the system. And it's not their fault. It's not even on them to be embarrassed about. There's nothing that they could have done or did. But again, the system we live in really has some black folks feeling like, no, don't you see, like, I'm not like them. I'm different. Don't you see my experience wasn't the same? Don't you see you can't paint me with this brush of anti-blackness? And again, it's the ways that there are so many black folks who are operating like that, or operating like, no, like, not me. And again, it's obviously a trauma response in retrospect because you're not doing anything wrong. The system getting you is not you doing anything. But again, it's the ways that in this moment people will say, Ari, something's wrong with you. or you just need therapy. And it's like therapy can't fix systemic oppression. What she's lamenting about is actually really risky. She could lose a lot. She already is. And people are missing that. They're going in on her, not thinking about what she's losing in this moment. And so many people telling her that she don't want to be black, and it's just the ways that white supremacy tells black people who they're going to be. And when any black person decides, you know what, they can't define me, people will look at them and say, something's wrong with you. Again, we're paying to live here. You see a fish selling water to somebody, bitch? You see a bird selling motherfucking air to somebody? Do you see that? No. But we'll live in a world every day that tells somebody black they're crazy. They just don't know what they're thinking. Bitch, they got us paying to live on a planet that has everything we motherfucking need. Is it so insane that somebody black might say something that lets you know that they're not comfortable, that this is not working, that this is hurtful, that this is sick, that this is twisted? Again, it's the ways that when black folks are no longer willing to, and even the willingness, it's the way that so many black folks who are elders are very much socialized to shut the fuck up and hold their pain quietly. That's why some of them are like that. And it's not their fault. Like so many more people, if we looked at people as traumatized instead of harmful people or people that are just can't get right, we probably would talk to them and talk about them with so much more love and empathy, but we don't. We look at people and just automatically decide that they're just not living right. When again, how could you? Like, it's a trick, bitch. It's a trick. So that's why I turn on my camera, bitch, because I just want to reaffirm that nobody black is crazy. Most of us ain't crazy, but a lot of people will think somebody black is crazy because they're not doing what? Performing like this makes sense. It doesn't. Like anybody deep dark skin saying that they seen someone deep dark skin being fucking abused or harmed, I'm grateful that they took the fucking risk because it shouldn't be on them. It really shouldn't. Nobody black should have to march or go anywhere to talk about anything. But let somebody black say, it's on the rest of you. What happens next? If a black person says that they don't like the way a deep dark skin person is being treated, there are black people who will really tell that black person, you're just not getting it. Like somebody dead ass seeing me post a link to Mayo's World's video, because Mayo did a video about like the 90s and representation for dark skinned people that was just not hitting. And somebody really had the nerve to say YouTube land is a fake place. And it's like, bitch, YouTube is low-key the new Hollywood, like lowest of keys, TikTok too. Like, it's the way people know TikTokers and influencers by first and last name. Like, we're in a different timeline. Like, there are so many black influencers and entrepreneurs, and people will really say YouTube land, like, we've left the planet. Whoa, I did not know people were looking at YouTube like someone really said that colorism, like the conversation around Pam, was fake deep. And I'm like, whoa. And again, I want to be candid when I say this. This was not a deep dark skin person. This was a brown skin person. And I want to just holding in that there are terms people use to differentiate themselves from blackness or within blackness. And so some folks are using brown skin to let you know they're not dark skinned. Like, I want y'all to just hold that. And like, this person was absolutely like trying to operate like, well, because I'm dark skinned, which they weren't. They were trying to make it seem like they can shut down the conversation. And it's like, babe, whoa, it's like you're wanting the conversation to not happen anymore because you're triggered. You think that Pam is a beautiful girl, and so she doesn't. That you want to tell the story from right now, and unfortunately, there are so many black women who are gonna tell a story that ain't gonna feel good, and we have to sit with that. And honestly, who the fuck is supposed to feel good right now? Like, I just want us to hold that some people are gonna tell you a story that ain't gonna feel good, but it's gonna be true. And we have to make space for it. And if we don't, we really fail to sit with like the reality of what it means to be in community. There's going to be somebody who is fat, deep, dark skinned, disabled, and bitch, they got something to say. And what the fuck do we know about that? Again, there are going to be people who have stories from intersections of harm that we've never heard. And it's not their fault. Like, think about it. Because we're all probably adults, probably over the age of 18, we don't know what the fuck any minor person is going through. And I say minor person because there is a conversation unfolding about children's rights, children's law. Like, and it's one that doesn't empower the parents over the child as much. It's ones that give children full rights. And it's only online that the conversation's unfolding. Why is that? Because that's where the marginalized people are. The internet being under attack is not just about people who want to be online. It's about people who have access to the internet. And think about it, when you were young, where were you? I know where I was, on a laptop with my best friends, cruising the internet, looking at all types of shit. But at some point, we just stopped looking at websites and we're just sucked into one app, just scrolling endlessly. I remember going to different websites all the time. I remember knowing about a bunch of different websites I went to. It's not the same. And so I'm holding that, like, we're not in a time where people are really wanting to hold that this is all real life. I'm really sitting here in a bonnet and a swim top. This is real. This is not AI, bitch. AI don't roll like this. Let's be real. All their blunts look crazy. I seen an AI blunt recently. Anyways, enough about that. Getting back to my main fucking point, Ari Lennox is being dragged unceremoniously and for really no fucking reason. And there are so many black folks who are pushing back and saying, you know, this is what it's like to be a deep, dark skinned woman. To say something and it's right. It's the truth. But people will tell you to shut the fuck up. And it's the ways that, like, I've been trying to uplift conversations. I've been trying to interject, let people know, actually, this is colorist. Actually, this is harm. There is colorism unfolding. That's what we're hearing. Let's uplift it. And people are trying to drag me and trying to make it seem like because I'm light skinned, I don't know what I'm talking about. And it's like, no, I know. That's why I'm sharing dark skinned people who know what they're talking about. Again, it's the way that sometimes I notice, like, people want to punish me for, like, just being in the room. And it's like, people don't take a moment to consider how the fuck I got to the room. Like, again, it's so frustrating because there's times where, like, again, I'm going back to the Tanya thing because I think it matters. It's like, in that moment, Tanya's like, oh, you're causing harm. In the middle of me saying to leave black people alone and don't ask them to go outside or do anything for you. And in that moment, Tanya was like, nah. And again, Tanya being triggered is not the problem, but Tanya being so triggered that she felt like she had to weaponize blackness. She had to do all these things in the comments. To be real with you, bitch, not even to be crazy, Tanya texted me last night. Tanya got my burner number that I posted for my clients, bitch. That's how deep it went. Tanya from weeks ago, yes, texting me with the same shit. And it's like, girl, you are contacting me on my personal fucking number to talk to me about what exactly? And the whole time they trying to make me feel bad for being in my 30s. Trying to make me feel bad for being a sex worker. Trying to make me feel bad. Like, it's just awkward as fuck. Because it's just like everything they revealed is like, sweetie, you've been watching my content for a long time. Like, you're really revealing that you're my number one fan. Like, sweetie, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna take a screenshot, make that shit printed out, put on my wall. Just so I remember, like, bitches is watching. Like, no matter how dusty it may seem over here, like, bitches got lore for days. Bitches was bringing up Dane's mama. I was screaming. They were like, how does Dane's mama feel about you calling her a crackhead? I'm like, well, and I told Dane. Dane was reading the text messages laughing. Dane was like, she probably wasted right now. I'm like, exactly. Like, I'm like, bro, like, you're not hurting nobody. Like me breaking silence while my mom being a crackhead, like, sweetie, don't you think I cried already about it? Like, the crack rock got her. It's unfortunate. It's got a lot of people. But again, I feel comfortable being candid about my parents' addiction because it gives some motherfucking context to why the fuck I could sit here for hours and smoke a fucking cigarette too, or smoke some weed, or smoke anything, or drink anything. Like, some of us have seen someone be addicted and we know how to do it too. But with that being said, like, I don't feel no shame about that, but I know some people want me to feel bad about things I've shared. And I think what's more important to me is to acknowledge that, like, the shame I feel, like, in my body, a lot of times is from just, like, not trusting, the love in the room, not trusting the good advice. Like, I don't really hold a lot of shame from being messy, dirty, sloppy, like a big dirty bitch. Like, I really don't mind that because I know that, like, first of all, you can't smell me over there. Number two, you and me are probably never gonna meet, which is unfortunate because honestly, I'm cool as fuck. But more importantly, I feel like I'm not existing for you. Like, I feel like that's the thing that's so important to me is that, like, when I come on here, it's because I want to. It's because I'm choosing that. I don't have a content deadline. I don't fucking have to come here if I don't want to. And I love that for me because there's times where I think about people getting burnt out or like being tired. And it's like, I don't get tired of y'all because, like, I come here with what I have. And so, with all that being said, just to get back to my original point, there are gonna be people who are black who are triggered as fuck and who will make mistakes, who will say things that, again, are to protect their pride, not to actually address what's being said. And I want us to just hold that, like, that's a part of this too. That's a part of unlearning is getting mad, is getting sad, is being curious about what the fuck is going on really, and not making anybody feel bad for where they're at. Because at the end of the day, I don't expect anyone to just understand that, like, anti-blackness is out here like hardcore. Like, I don't expect everyone to just get that. It took me a long time to actually hold that, like, being around white people is dangerous as fuck. Like, I really didn't want to believe it. And honestly, this is like random as fuck. And it's not really connected, but I'm gonna still bring it up because I don't want to forget. And now I'm gonna read the comments because I've been neglecting them and not on purpose. But you know how I am. I read it. I've been watching my old content, and it's like every time I fucking have a point and I read the comments, I lose the whole thread. So I'm trying to stay on it. Me and my friend had a conversation last night. We both couldn't sleep at like 3 o'clock in the morning, which is funny. But we were talking about dating and relationships and shit. And she had like randomly, like, I don't know how we got on the conversation of black men. I really don't know how. But like, she had said something along the lines of like, yeah, I noticed like you really don't date black men. And it's funny because I feel like people bring this up to me a lot, and not like a lot to where it's like every day, every week. It's not that deep. But what I'm trying to offer is like I've had people like bring it up to me and like be trying to figure out like why. And we had this conversation that really had me like sitting with just a lot of things, a lot of things. Cause I feel like in the past I said like, having a black father who was abandoning me and not really kind to me did have me, a little bit more like, are men gonna be like my dad more than are black men going to discard me? It was more that like my mom's experiences and like being a child in the household with her, it's like I don't want to make it seem like my mom chose like bad guys. I think it's more that like my mom wanted to be loved and have a black man in her home at any cost. And I unfortunately saw someone like not willing to like love themselves. And unfortunately, every time it was a black cis man. It was never anybody else that she'd operate like this with. And it always felt like, damn, there must be something there. Like there must be something. And I remember asking her when I got older, do you think you only really dated black men because you like wanted grandpa's love? And she said yes. And it had me really sitting with the reality that like I don't think these men were even in the room. I think they were just black skin on a body. And it's like, whoa, like that's wild to think. But again, the black men that were in my life that were around me, unfortunately, they were men who were a lot of times dysregulated. They were not, caring for their kids, really expecting my mom to be a maid and a caretaker, and didn't really care about, talking gently, didn't care about yelling, beating kids, scaring kids. punching boy children in the chest to harden them up. Like there were just a lot of things that had me like, And then I get out into the world and I'm meeting Black men, and a lot of them are focused on my skin tone and having mixed babies with me. I have talked about this repeatedly, and I'm not trying to be funny with y'all, but the amount of Black men all throughout my adulthood who have said to me, you probably would make pretty babies. That is an awkward conversation. I never really knew how to talk about it because I never wanted kids. So I would always laugh it off because in the back of my mind, it's like, you ain't never gonna see them, bitch. They're getting swallowed. Fuck. Like plan B, like no one's having kids. And so I think that's another layer to this. Is like a lot of Black men were very preoccupied with using my body to create light-skinned children. And I'm like, no. And again, finding out that that was a problem based on listening to Black folks in the community willing to emote about this. Because think about this. Think about the amount of Black women who are not light skinned, who are not admixed, Black women who are deep dark skinned, who have heard Black men say these things to them, have heard Black men say, oh, I'm trying to mix children. Like the other day, I was on Bumble and I saw a man have like sometimes like men will have like these little prompts so you can like know how to talk to them. And this Black man had a message on there, and the question was like, what would make the world a better place? And he had written interracial babies. And I had swiped on him before I seen that shit. And so when I seen the question, I was like, damn. And I wanted to say something because I was like, I don't want to just dip. I feel like that's my politic at this point. Is like if I see a colorist or wayward Black man, I will say something. I'm not gonna come at him like, hey, I know more than you. I'm just gonna be like, hey, like what does this mean? Because like 9 times out of 10, if I'm engaging them, they've said something or they've done something. It's unfortunate to say this. I'm not trying to say every Black man is a colorist. No, I'm saying a lot of times there are comments made that have me sitting with who I am in the moment, right? And so I'm talking to this Black cis man about his comments where he's basically saying that the world would be better if there were more mixed people. And you know what he told me? He told me that if there were more mixed people in the world, less people in the world would die. And I said, you know, creating more mixed people isn't going to stop anti-Blackness or make it happen less. Like the erasure of Black people isn't going to stop white supremacy, and we should not think like that. And he blocked me. He had nothing else to say. He did not want to engage further, but he genuinely was more focused on the idea that if there's more mixed people, we'll survive because white people won't kill us. And I'm like, again, I'm not trying to play anybody or put anybody on the spot, but if anybody here is also a fellow mixed person and has had a similar experience, please share it, because I be feeling crazy as hell sometimes, but then there's moments where I realize, like, again, I did my birth chart recently. I know some people are not into the zodiac shit, that's fine. But what I read was that, like, I am someone that genuinely is curious as a motherfucking standard. Like, I want to know more, and I'm gonna always try to fight for more information. So the fact that I started saying stay curious, I started like all those things I learned before I saw my birth chart in this way. And now I realize why certain conversations were had, why I've had the space online I've had to cultivate conversation. This is a part of my life's work. I want to know more. And unrelated, we're gonna go back to the combo with my friend and her asking me about Black men, but I wanted to say that a while ago I asked a question. I said, when do you know, how do you know a fight is over? Like a physical fight. And so many different answers. Some people said death. Some people said when the other person can't move. Someone said when the other person is so beaten that it's obvious who won. And I realized through that conversation that I had with multiple people, I can't fight out here because somebody thinks me dying is acceptable, is the way that we know the fight is over. And so with that being said, like, I want us just to remember asking questions is very smart. It's very wise to ask what people mean, where they're coming from, because some people will reveal things to you that may allow you to have a deeper conversation later on in life. And I feel like that's why certain conversations have happened to me and why I've broached certain conversations with other people and they've unfolded how they did. Because at another time, at a later date, this conversation is going to matter. And I've had to learn that over time that I have to hold on to certain things that I naturally do because these things are going to matter. And just like I said that day that I sat on that bitch outside, I knew my feet did not carry me all the way to find a bike that was stolen and nothing was going to happen. I stood there for a moment just looking around like, who am I about to see? Bitch, that was the same summer I felt a bitch steal a MacBook Pro in my body. So, with that being said, I don't believe for one motherfucking minute that I'm just like living a crazy random life. No, I think that unfortunately there are a lot of things that are happening without my motherfucking understanding. And that's why I have to gather as much information as possible because there are moments that happen where I know exactly what to do. And it's not because I'm magical. It's because, bitch, a lot of us have been here before on some spiritual shit. Some of us have missions. Some of us are here, plot armor on 1,000 because we have other things to do. So just keep that in mind. There's no coincidence. Shit is happening in divine timing. I know people don't want to believe that. But as a bitch who's been homeless 37,000 times, I realize at this point, every negotiation that fell through, every fucking weird bitch that I trusted, all of that was for these moments now where I could tell you some shit. Because honestly, unless you take that risk, unless you walk out there and get hit by that bus every now and then, you might not realize that you didn't even have to go outside. Like you didn't even really need to cross that threshold. Or maybe you fucking did. Maybe the bus hitting you was the moment that you needed to experience. I've been hit with a couple buses and I appreciated them in retrospect. At the time, fuck no. At the time I was crying and throwing up and feeling crazy. In retrospect, some shit I had to get away from and it wasn't gonna fucking let me out easy. Like some shit wasn't gonna let you fucking out easy. So I'm just trying to remember what the fuck I'm putting myself in now because then I might be able to get the fuck out easy. But if you're not paying attention, bitch, you might not be able to get out easy. But I say all this to say, to another point, my friend who was asking me about dating black men and saying that she noticed, like, again, I love her, so it's not no shade. But it's just like the ways that like people expect you to be with black men in certain capacity, especially when you talk about anti-blackness as much as I do. Like people have expected me to be with a black man. And it's not to say that I've not met great black men. I have. But there have been unfortunately a lot of instances where it was obvious I was like the last step before they went to Becky. Like I am the last step before divesting. I just delete that I said that, but literally, like I've met black men who were like trying to figure out like, do I only like Becky? Turns out they did. And it's an awkward thing to acknowledge, to notice that like these black men aren't fucking like going off to find black women after me. No, they're running to Becky like quick. And I have to just hold that like that's their desire, you know? And this is not for me, this is not me trying to make it seem like a black man who wants a white woman is a problem. I don't give a fuck. I want to be honest. I don't care. But I will hold that like it is hurtful when you're invested in a black man and you notice that what he's actually into is nothing like you, physically at least. And so, yeah, I definitely have had moments where I was like, dang, I thought me and this black man were hitting it off, and we weren't. And that did hurt my feelings in a way that a white man doing that shit will never. And so I want to hold that, like, sometimes it is easier to date someone who looks nothing like me because I don't have like these pre predetermined things that have already happened that have already set me into a certain space. So if a white bitch ain't never got chose over me, I wouldn't have that politic, would I? But certain things happen to you, and so certain things become a trigger. And so I never want to make anybody feel like they're weird for not appreciating somebody who's dating a lot of white people. That makes a lot of fucking sense. Dating white people is, oh, good God. And I know somebody gonna look at me like, bitch, you dating somebody white. And like, sure, like dating is white passing, like sure, like that sure. I don't have nothing else to say. All I'm gonna say is like I feel like for me at this point in dating white people, it's about the family more than anything. I think, like, and I know that sounds probably crazy, but it's like if the family is fucking racist, it's not gonna work. Like that's where I'm at. I don't care how much I like that white person. If their mama's racist, daddy racist, don't fucking matter. Doesn't matter. Like they're very much like like babe. It's the way that white people they really operate as pack herd animals. Like I'm telling you, let that mama not like you, bitch, and it's done. You getting pushed out the damn herd. And so I think like because his mom is mixed, because he's mixed, like I'm not in danger in a way that I would be if it was a bunch of Anglos. And I want to just hold that like that's the only reason why I think me and Dan really rocking for as long as we are. Like I feel like a lot of the issues that we have are issues that we both have. Like we both have a lot to learn. You know what I mean? We both have to unlearn anti-blackness. And so it's one of those things where it's like dating a white person who doesn't even I can't even think about it anymore. Again, I just feel like at some point you start to realize that all white people are racist and you're dealing with either like, you know, the Klan member, the too woke for white fragility, the like there's levels and degrees of white supremacy and like how they operate and shit. So again, I'm not trying to make it seem like white people are better. What I'm trying to offer is like the harm from white people has mostly been in terms of romantic relationship. The mama. It's been the mama a lot of times. It be the mama. And I'm not saying that it's not the son not protecting me from the mama, but it's the way the son don't never know the mama racist. And why would he? And it's the ways that I'm kind of good on that. I'm kind of good on figuring out that like this white woman hates me. I'm kind of over that one. But at the same time, I want to just like name that like when I was pursuing a black man recently, I had to hold that like I was really like wanting it too bad. Like I just want to be candid. I want to be candid because I'm gonna die one day, bitch, and all you gonna have is these videos. It's gonna matter to somebody, but I wanted it too much. Like I like when I think back to that black man, like who was like the one who was like a scientist and like the Sagittarius who played the fuck out of me, Jebediah Hambone. When I think about him and dealing with him, I want to be so fucking for real. Like I was just like, wow, he is so cool. And I was so into him and I was so and again, he over here saying crazy ass things, being a weirdo. And I'm like, no, like I can help you. Like it's the ways that like there are times where like people won't see like the ways that like I'm trying to choose my words carefully because I want to be candid that like it's not just like mixed people who fetishize like black men, it's white people too. And there's probably all different types of people who like look at a black man and like essentialize him. And I feel like as much as I don't want to say that that's what I was doing, I was absolutely like looking at him like, wow, like I'm so excited. Like you're a queer fat black man who's like so accomplished, like you're so like cerebral, you love to think and talk and there's just so many things that I liked about him. And again, it wasn't about him being a black man, but the fact that he was a black man and he was all these other things had me like really fucking excited. And I want to be candid that like that is terrifying. Like it's very terrifying, like to be that excited about someone. And I think about how you know, in ways I kind of like don't want to say I understand my mom, but it's the ways that like not having black men around you who are loving, supportive, caring, and they're in your family. They're people you see, but they're not showing up a particular way. I personally believe it does set up some people to be like, I can't wait to find a black man who is those things because then everything will be perfect, everything will fit, and you know everything will fit. And even though I wasn't on that type of time, I still was just like so excited in this way that I've never been excited about a white person. And again, it's the ways that I was just kind of like, wow, like you know, like again, like a black man that's queer and fat and is comfortable with another fat bitch. Again, there were many layers to the why I was like, whoa, you know what I mean? Like again, there were so many layers. But I want to be candid that, like, I don't know that, like, I would have actually been a good partner to him. I don't think I would have, because even when I should have pushed back on him, I'm over here trying to find, like, black women content creators to share with him. And it's like, honestly, like, that's a lot. That's a lot. And I wasn't thinking about it that way. And so I want to hold that, like, I don't want to make it seem like black men or anything in particular. I just want to hold that I've had some wayward experiences, and I don't always think I knew how to even talk to a black man genuinely. And I want to be candid, black men are not one type of way. Yes, I know. So with that being said, it's the ways that, like, I did have preconceived ideas about who black men would be, how they would be. And even at one point in a combo with my friend, I was like, I was like, I'm gonna be real with you. Like, I avoided black men because I was worried about them abandoning me with a child. Like, I really had those feelings. Like, if I chose a black man, I might be also choosing to be a single parent. And my friend said, that's understandable. She's like, I'm a single parent and it's fucking hell. She's like, I understand why you'd be scared of that. And then I'm like, yeah, but it's problematic to think that a black man equals a single parent. Like, that's not fucking normal to think like that. And to see black men abandoning their kids, like, again, that helps you think like that. But it's also the reinforcement of our society. Like, our world is telling us that black men aren't showing up. And when they do, there's like, oh my God, this black man showing up. Again, that's what I'm trying to offer, is that because there's such a scarcity of good black men, it's like when I thought I found one, I'm moving crazy. And I'm like, this is not normal. And then when he plays the fuck out of me, I'm like, thank you. Because it's like, there's no way to keep this up. Like, it's the way that, like, at one point he's like telling his cousin who's married to a white woman that I'm so great and, like, I cook with seasoning. And, like, it's the way that he was essentializing me and making it seem like, see, I've got a black woman here. Look at her cooking in my home. Look at this wife appliance I have. You've got a white woman, but look what I've got over here. And again, it's the ways that, like, we probably would have just done the same thing to each other in different ways and never really actually be with each other, just be using each other as ornaments. And so again, it's the ways that I don't want to make it seem like I know all black men. I don't know many black men. I'm not close with many black men. I want to be candid about that. And the ones that I am closer with, a lot of them are queer. A lot of them have tried to fuck me. I'm gonna be real with you. They either tried to fuck me and it didn't work out. You know what I mean? And we're still cool. Or they're gay. 9 times out of motherfucking 10. And so I want to be super, super candid that, like, that's why I don't usually talk about black men and dating them, because it's like, I don't really have the best stories. And when I do, I feel like they just, like, belie, or they fruit fly. I fucking hate your ass. They just, like, show a person that, again, was, like, scared of a certain outcome for their life, when any white man could have fucked me and abandoned me with a kid. And again, it's the ways that I'm trying to explain that, like, when I see a black man or talk to a black man these days, I am paying attention to how they're communicating to black women around me. I'm paying attention to so many more things at this point. But was I always? No, I wasn't. I wasn't always paying attention. I wasn't always noticing how they were saying things about me being a light-skinned person in a good, favorable light. There's so many things I missed because I wasn't listening to black people. I was listening to black men. And there's a difference. There really is. And the privilege that black cis men try to offer us as mixed people, and the ways that I've seen it in real time. Like, me and FD Signifier got into a back and forth because he made a video that is now private, which is very fascinating. Instead of, like, talking about the video that he made that spread misinformation about mixed people being black, he hiding the video now, which is weird as fuck, because it's like, babe, like, after Maya got dragged, like, that would have been a great moment to reach out to her and talk about a collaboration, share your platform. But nope, he wanted to talk about how mixed people are black, because I'm sure there's so many mixed people who watch his content who are like, yes, say that. Anyways, I'm going back to the comments. I know I've been talking for a long fucking time, almost 50 fucking minutes. If anyone needs to use the bathroom, do it now, because I'm going to read the comments and talk and answer questions or just respond back to what you're saying. Thank you for listening to me. I clearly had a lot to say, but my God. Okay. You said Ari is kind of whiny and fat phobic. I'm not trying to give her a pass at all, but I feel like everybody's giving fat phobic right now. Like, I don't know about you, but I just got dragged. I'm a green screen. I'm a green screen because y'all gonna fucking die when you see what this bitch done did. You gonna die. You go fucking die. I pray I took a screenshot of this shit before I got here. I pray. I can't remember if I did. Me can't remember. I'm going to see. We're going to see, but this girl dragged the dog shit out of me. And what have I done? I was just a fat bitch. Real talk. I didn't do a damn thing to her. I was just being a fat bitch on the internet. And she really tried to eat me up. Damn, I don't think I screenshotted it. No, I certainly didn't. But I'm just going to show you this picture. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. Okay. I'm just gonna tell you what happened. Okay, green screen turn. Wait, no, because I think that's Zen. Okay. I'm gonna keep reading the comments after I tell you this. I'm on Facebook and somebody was talking about losing weight, and I swear everybody in the God brother losing weight right now. I just want everybody to know they are losing weight. You hear them? They're losing weight. They're losing weight. Oh my God. Like, I'm like, bitch, I know I'm gonna sound like such a hater, but babe, the world is fat phobic. Every fat person losing weight right now is annoying the fuck out of me. And I know some people not gonna like to hear this. I don't care. I don't talk for you to like what I say. I talk because I be feeling things. It's okay if you don't like it. But it's so annoying seeing so many fat people who used to be. Again, I'm not saying they have to be anything anymore, but it's the way that they went from like being so abundant as fat people, and now all their content is about where did my waist go? I'm sorry. It's so weird. It's like, that's, wow. I don't care what anyone says. Then this is a cult. It's a cult. It's a cult. There's no way it can't be a cult. Because it's like, how do y'all all lose weight at the same time and decide that you're gonna all pretend like you don't have a stomach anymore? Sweetie, y'all still have stomachs. Stop. Like, it's getting awkward, bitch. Like, it's getting awkward and it's making me sad because it's giving like y'all want to be the skinny girls. And unfortunately, you're never going to be the skinny girls. And I don't mean that to be ugly. Like, I hate that. I hate when somebody is a fat person because they are a fat person. Endomorphic people exist. Naturally fat people exist. Just like we know there's naturally thin people. Just like we know some people are naturally skeleton. Naturally Jack Skellington. We know this. There are naturally big fat people. You're never going to see me be skinny. I was never skinny. I was fat as a child. I've always been fat. Ever since I was a kid, motherfuckers been worried about me getting diabetes. I still don't have diabetes. It's so fucking tiring. But anyways, getting back to the motherfucking point. The girl talking about losing weight and talking about people are hating on her. And I'm like, I hope those people leave you alone. But I also hope you know that being fat isn't automatically a death sentence, because instead of the post being about, oh, people are, always got something slick to say about somebody losing weight, talking about something you losing too much weight. Meanwhile, they're fat as fuck. Meanwhile, they're unhealthy. I'm like, girl, I'm sorry, but there's just something about being like, meanwhile, they're fat as fuck. Like, girl, like, it's giving y'all just lost weight so y'all could be the mean girls. Like, it's giving that. And it's so sad because it's like the whole time your back was big, you was waiting to be a skinny bitch. Like, I'm gonna stop because honestly, there's probably somebody out there who can't wait to be a skinny bitch, probably, and live life, bitch. I genuinely don't care. What I care about is how, again, people that are still fat operating like, I'm skinny now because I lost a certain amount of weight and like now I'm gonna start acting the way I really wanted to act this whole time. And it's like, I'm sorry. I know someone gonna be mad, but look, count them. Count all my backs. Count all my backs. Just count them all right now. Yup, I'm a big fat sloppy bitch. If that makes you feel better, let's move on. Good God, like it's just so boring. Like it's the same post. It's the same post. Every fat person that has lost weight posts the same thing. What? Where did my waist go? Sending out an SOS for my waist, and I'm like, this is the rest of our lives. This is the rest of our lives. And again, it's the way that people really hate to see content of fat people like existing. But it's the way people love content of a fat bitch who lost some weight. They love to see a fat person who lost some weight. Oh my God. Mm-mm. Ooh, bitch. Ooh, bitch. Listen, I know some people not gonna understand. That's fine. That's fine. But getting back to Ari being fatphobic, I'm not saying that that's okay. I'm just like, good God. I'm like, in this climate, that could mean so much. That could mean so much. You know what I mean? Because I think it's fatphobic to be a fat bitch talking about I'm skinny now and like operating very delusionally. I feel like that's fatphobic to me. I feel like it's okay to still be fat. And I also think about how fat is like not even a real thing, you know? It's not even real. It's a slur to make skinny people feel bad. And so claiming fat ain't what everyone gonna do, but again, it's the way that people went from like, I love my fat body to notice how small I am. And it's like, you know, I'm not gonna do too much because when I first got into body positivity, I was just posting pictures too. You know, I wasn't really thinking about like the reality of being fat or having politics or even having standards. I wasn't thinking about that. I was just posting my picture. And so maybe that's the thing. Maybe that's the reality. It's like some people were just posting their picture. Maybe it just felt good. Like I'm trying to also hold that like maybe they weren't like a body positive icon. Maybe they just got swept up, you know? But it's awkward to see this shit now because it just feels like, damn, everybody in their god brother losing weight. And being really annoying about it. Like I feel like it's one thing to lose weight and then pop out and wearing a sweater on the beach. You know what I mean? But again, I know someone's gonna drag me for the performance of fitness. I just feel like that's my biggest issue is the way that people are like, I'm skinny, so I'm better now. Like there's something about it. There's something about it. And as a forever fat bitch, as a death fat, as someone who's so fat, people keep thinking I'm gonna die soon. Oh my God, it's so annoying. And so, just to finish my point about the girlie dragging me, she got mad at me for saying that like there's health at every size and that looking at someone being fat isn't like you knowing anything about their health. The bitch gonna take a picture of me that I posted looking fat as fuck from a low angle, which probably was from when I was like doing sex work and shit, and was like, not to be funny, sis, but like this isn't healthy. And I'm like, girl, you should focus on mental health more than anything. Like it's a lot of people that I've been noticing, they gotta focus on mental health because you're really talking about, you really set out your real mouth. You can look at a bitch and know that she's sick. Sweetie, are you telling us that when you were a fatter bitch, you were sick? Because that's all this is giving right now. That you want us to know you were unwell and now you're well because you lost weight? That's great. But talk about yourself. Like just notice how people talk when they're losing weight. It's a lot of those people, they. It's so fucking funny to me. Like again, I promise you, like I'm annoyed, but I'm still holding it. I'm still holding it because I know some of these people like again, like being celebrated as a fat bitch is exciting. I'm gonna be real. Like as someone who literally sells like conversation to men because I am a fat bitch that that they see as attractive, like making money off of being fat Crazy, crazy, wild. Never thought that would happen. I remember when I was younger, I would tell people if I was not fat, I would be a stripper, and people being like, "LOL." Now it's actually a thing. I am a fat stripper. I don't always strip. I usually just show my belly, maybe yeah, mostly belly, honestly. Sometimes booty, sometimes back. But for the most part, like I am a fat stripper and I'm getting paid for it. Again, I didn't have to lose weight. The world I live in wasn't telling me the things I wanted to hear about my body, but that doesn't mean that was the only world that I live in. And I'm not anymore. I live in a world where people pay fat women to do all types of things. There are men who pay fat women to fart. There are men who pay fat women to just talk to them and like give them energy. So it's the ways that like when you're a fat person existing online and people are liking you, crazy. Feels so good because when you're fat in real life, people are like, you're ugly. And again, a lot of us are like holding that from like experience. Like, we're not just saying that because we hate ourselves. We're telling you the truth. Like, people treat us like we're ugly because we are fat. People will say, you're pretty, but you're fat. You're pretty, but lose weight. Like, people will let us know, like, our ugliness is our fucking body. So, with that being said, to be able to go online and people like you as a fat person who's not white, insane. And so I just want to hold that, like, there's going to be people that don't realize that, like, for some of us, whew, there's already so much happening, but there's nothing like a fat person losing weight. Like, y'all don't get it. And, like, I'm never going to try to, like, make y'all get it because that's too much. But y'all will never understand what it's like when someone's fat and trying to lose weight. Like, you'll never get it. Like, I remember, like, if you go to the beginning of marshmallow.tumblr.com, I'm literally starting a weight loss vlog. Like, that's what's so funny about, like, me becoming, like, Tumblr famous. I literally was trying to lose weight with that Tumblr. I absolutely was on Live Strong, bitch, eating cabbage water. Water and cabbage, bitch. Trying to do the motherfucking cabbage diet, bitch. I was trying to do the cayenne peppers. I was trying to just walk and drink water, bitch. I hate that for me. That's one thing about being a fat bitch that people love to tell you. Walk and drink water. They love telling us to walk and drink water. They love it. And so one summer I did that and almost fucking died, bitch. So, and I'm glad I stopped. But again, it's the way that if you go all the way to the very beginning of my fucking blog, I'm trying to lose weight. So the fact that anybody like appreciated me being a fat bitch on the internet is funny as fuck. Cause I did not. So I don't want to go too hard on anybody for not being where I'm at. That's not the point of this. I'm just more so lamenting about the fact that people really think like fat people losing weight is news. And it's like boring. But also someone like taking a picture of me that I posted and like trying to shame me for not being healthy. I'm sorry, but I'm cool with not being healthy. I'm cool with not being the pinnacle of health to you. It's actually fine to me. I don't expect to have any sponsorships. I don't expect to be on a TV screen anytime soon. Like, I don't expect for anyone to think I'm doing well. I don't create for that. I create because even though I have sorrow, bitch, I'm still gonna sing. So that's why I'm here. I'm not here to like make you feel comfortable. In fact, if you were comfortable, that might be a bad thing. Like, your discomfort might actually make you do something different. So with that being said, I'm gonna read the comments. Please go take a bathroom break. I am done filibustering for the moment. Black Americans love the desirable, wanted, light-skinned, strong, masculine hater, but pretty dark-skinned friend combo. Hmm. 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 I just thought about Ronnie and Trix from Players Club. That's what I was thinking about. I was just like, And even though Ronnie was awful, it's the way that they definitely put Church next to her. For what reason? Other than to, you know, like it's the way that we were supposed to look at her and then be confused by Dollar Bill. And in reality, it's like, eh, it makes me think of like the Proud Family and the reboot that they did, and how everybody was saying that Dejanay was a problematic character, and how they did so much to her character, but they never really gave her a full life. And so I appreciate folks for pushing back. I appreciate you so much, Simone, for saying what you're saying, because that brings us back to the Ari conversation, where even just mentioning that you didn't appreciate black representation in a particular way. And again, it makes me think of like that statue in New York, the black woman statue that just got put up, and the ways that like so many folks were upset about that statue. But there were so many other folks, and Shan Spear did a good video about this. It's called like Black Women Can Never Be Normal. And it was frustrating because again, it might not be that. It might actually be called like Black Women Are Never Allowed to Be Human, low key. Because she was really trying to speak to the fact that this statue looked like a regular black girl. But the ways that white supremacy, the one drop rule, exoticals, like just all the ways that like when people see a black woman who's not, you know, and I could name so many people, but I'll just say this, that statue triggered people. And instead of people holding why, people wanted to point the finger and make it seem like black people are wrong or bad. I don't think anybody is wrong. I think, unfortunately, that statue is a reminder for some people that, like, that's how they see black women, and that's not how they look. And the ways that, like, blackness paints a broad brush for black women that many do not feel it encompasses their essence or who they are, and the ways that some black women absolutely feel like they have to hold blackness a particular way. Again, out of pride, not because intrinsically they are black. It's the ways that like our society is requiring performance. And so for the black women that are pushing back that this black woman looks normal and nothing's wrong with her, there will be black women that say that is not a normal black woman to me. And it's unfortunate because again, it's the ways that like some, and this connects the fight I had with that person, some black women really do think like hearing statistics about black women being obese means that they gotta shame black women who are big or bigger. Like the woman who was shaming me kept being like, my black sister, like you are too fat. Like the leading cause of death in black people is this. And it's like, whoa, like now you're using blackness to say that I'm unhealthy. not that's how we're connected in this. You're looking at me and you're saying black woman, me and you, we need to not be fat, and I'm not even choosing that moment to tell her that I'm not black. I'm not doing that. But I'm like, Sib, being fat is not an automatic death sentence. And she's like, well, you're young right now, but soon, and then we'll name all the things that can happen to anybody. And that's the frustrating thing about being a fat person is like people will really look at me and say, yo, you gonna die soon. Yeah, girl, me too. Sure, you too. We all gonna die. What's next? The point of this. What is the point of this? And it brings you back to that conversation about Christian people. Some people really just can't wait to tell you, well, I'm not going to burn in hell like you. It's really sad. But that's what it is to some, like Christianity for some people is, oh, I'm going to the upper room when Jesus. They said they're going to the upper room, bitch. Like, again, it's the way that some people really want to posture in the middle of a fire. And I don't understand it. But again, it's not about understanding it. It's the fact that, like, again, who wants to be the one that's being looked at as the bad one? And essentially, that's what it is about. Like, there are black women who are like, ooh, I don't like this representation for me and my people, which is valid. But there are some people that are connected to you that look like that. And it's the ways that, like, there's just such a condemnation of fat black women right now. that I did not see 10 years ago. I'm not saying it wasn't there. What I'm saying is 10 years ago, I remember fat black women online, like more abundant. Now I'm seeing more and more fat black women losing weight and using statistics that are, again, connected to anti-blackness, poverty, like, and holding it as like some sort of failure personally, when honestly, like, the introduction to sugar to our diets, the ways that we eat bread that's just sugar, like, there's so many ways that our food system is like incomplete, and we're supplementing all the time. We wonder why we're so hungry. We're eating just different sugars, like, we're never really getting full. A lot of stuff is not nourishing, and we wonder why we're fat because we're able to eat over 1,000 calories for $10. That really didn't do anything for us but keep us full enough to go to work. So again, talking about fat people in a particular way, a lot of times people be really just wanting me to know, like, I'm not gonna be like you, bitch. I'm not getting diabetes. And it's like, girl, thin people have diabetes. Like, it's the way anything fat people have, thin people can have it too. But don't nobody want to think about it like that. It's very much, well, I won't vote Republican, I'll vote Democrat. Ignoring that the system is rotten. It's not the dichotomy. It's not this or that. It's system is fucked. Again, I know it's not a comfortable conversation. I know people are annoyed. That's okay. Feel your feelings. If you don't have no weed, just pass it around. Pass it, not this, but the smoke I had smoked to you. I sent it to you. I had sent you some weed. Just share that. Anyways, I'm reading the comments again. Go use the bathroom. Get some water. And see, you know what, Triple A Mommy, you saying you excused it. It's like, did anybody black really excuse the colorism of Martin? No. Martin is a motherfucking rich ass black man who was able to use the way he depicted black women, the way he depicted many different types of people. Because let's be real, Martin's comedy was making fun of people. Let's be real. Most of his comedy wasn't comedy. He just made fun of people. And I wish that we would see that. Some people are not funny. They're mean. As a mean person who is trying not to be anymore, some people are not funny. They're just being mean, bitch. And again, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. I look back at some things I said and it's like, I wasn't being funny. I was being mean. And depending on how popular you are, people will laugh. People will laugh. People think it's funny. When you're mean, if they like you, pay attention. Who is Pam on the Martin Show? Yes. The best friend of the love interest. Thank you, Triple A Mommy. And see, even saying that Pam was beautiful from the first episode, we know Pam was beautiful. And that's the thing. We don't have to fight for Pam's beauty. But I know that some black women will be like, hold on a minute. Pam wasn't getting roasted all the time. She was beautiful. And she is beautiful. She's still alive. Gina Arnold, still with us. Thank God. But her beauty is not what we're talking about right now. In fact, I think it makes the most sense to talk about Martin. To talk about how the men on the show acted. How the fuck did how the fuck did Pam and Tommy date? And Tommy never beat Martin's ass not one time. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. But again, it does when you consider who ran the show, whose show it was, whose home they were in. The mean man who makes fun of people as comedy. They went to his house all the time. Most of the episodes are in his home. We just have to consider like how intimately she was violated because, and again, it's the way some of us are telling on ourselves because we don't want to hold that like we've been the light-skinned friend who was dating the shitty ass dude who was roasting on people. Some of us are that girl. Some of us are Gina. Some of us really are Gina. And it's really unfortunate. How Pam was written on the show has so much background and is problematic in many ways. Pam was written to be a heavyweight, dark-skinned woman. Tachina was casted, but the role was never rewritten. And you know what? You can tell because there was a joke that was made that was like supposed to be making fun of her size more than one time. And I never understood that. Like in retrospect, at the time when he's roasting on Pam and Pam's roasting on him back, I don't want to be acting like I wasn't seeing that as harm. Because to be honest, I feel like I felt like a lot of people feel in ways like the concept that like, oh, Pam was holding her own. She sure was. Pam did roast back, true. Which is probably why they let her do it. Like, let's be mindful about what happened in the show. He couldn't have just talked shit to her the whole time with no talk back. He had to write that in or let her improvise. There's no way. Like, can you imagine watching Martin again and Pam's character never said nothing back? That's the like most of Keys. Thank you everyone for saying. Thank you for saying that, Meryl Streep. Thank everyone for being here. But I appreciate what people are saying in this moment because it really has me sitting with how so many people think everything was fine because Pam responded back. And it also makes me think about how so many black women today will like really like poise themselves before they bother to engage something like anti-black or in bad faith because they're aware that how they respond is what people will think the conflict is about. So if they respond calmly, people will all of a sudden be able to like piece this together. Even though it don't even work like that, because a black woman can be poisoned and people will still be fucking shitty. But again, it's the ways that like there's layers when you know that like she said something back. It's like, okay, that doesn't change anything. But again, it does in ways because again, if she didn't say anything, we'd really see like, and that isn't that worse? That her saying it back erases that it was harm. It's like again, it's the ways that like there's harm unfolding, but like depending on how that deep dark skinned person moves, people will be able to like. I don't want to say that people are trying to do it to be manipulative or harmful. But it's like it's the way some folks will really like try to spin something as not that bad, and it's like no, it was bad. It was real bad actually. But again, if people laugh at her comeback to him, I don't know. It's the ways that like if someone does something to you and you do something back, people will really think like you doing something back is going too far. And it's awkward because it's like just because you weren't there to tell that person not to harm me at first, it's like now it's all on me to be the good person or to be above this. And it's the way that like Pam's character was in juxtaposition to Gina. Like I want to say that Pam and Gina worked at the same place, but in retrospect, I don't know if that's true. I'm not sure if that's really true, but I remember they wanted us to think Gina had money and was like doing good at her job. But I'm blanking on where Pam worked. If anybody remembers, please tell me. Mm, mm. And see, that's the thing too. Gina having her own apartment and Gina being a main character. Like Gina had places to go. It felt like Pam was coming over to kick it. Even that aspect of the show, making it seem like Gina's the one that's got things going on, and this is just her B character that gets roasted on every time she's there. Like I don't think there was ever one season where it was cool. And then somebody said something along the lines of like Martin and Tachina like dated at some point, which is really terrifying to think about because it's like I really wonder like was she like, did she really want to be with him? Or was it like, write my character better, bitch? You know what I mean? I really wonder what the dynamic was, because, good God. Even though Pam isn't what the character was meant to be initially, we say, but Pam was gorgeous. To show that we ignored the harm, though Pam was desirable. True. Ooh, you should also made room for Raven. Raven Simone? I appreciate you for saying that. Because I remember Raven Simone from the Cosby Family or the Cosby Show rather, and I used to think to myself, wow, hmm. Like I didn't really watch the Cosby Show, but I just remember thinking to myself, like, wow, like this looks like a cute family. Like I used to think it was a cute family, but in retrospect, I'm like, isn't that fascinating that like Hollywood always finds like an exotical child. I think of like Journey Smollett. I think about Amanda Laciels. I think about Amanda Seals. Sorry, my bad. I think about who else? There was another one. I'm blanking on it, but there was like three light skinned people that were like really young girls in project with like black boy children. Like My Brother and Me. I want to say Amanda Seals was in that. Whereas a millennial or a Gen X and can smell anti-blackness in the air, feel anti-blackness as a vibe. Whereas some Gen Z tend to be oblivious, mainly because of privilege. You know what? Not because they're uneducated. You know what? I feel like the Gen Zers, I hate to say this, but I see a lot of them as like, and I don't want to do too much, but like, I used to really think like, if white people just read some information, like I used to think like that. I used to think all it's going to take is getting information. At this point in unlearning and decolonizing, I'm aware that like you have to invest in order to do anything. Like you have to be willing to do that, to make that investment in yourself to unlearn. And that's the thing. No one can make you decide it's time to unlearn. Like no one can make you know you're wrong. And it's time to invest in figuring out the many truths. Like no one can make you go there. And unfortunately there's a lot of people that don't want to unlearn. They don't. And it's sad to hear that because there's so many new things to learn, right? I know some of you probably get excited to think like, oh, there's new ways to love, new ways to care, new ways to be a part of community. How exciting. I hate to tell you this. There are a lot of people who are just crestfallen and lost. Like the world we live in do not be inspiring people to do much more than try to make it. And so some people would think like the conversations that we have, the things we think about are worthless. And I want to just hold that like that's capitalism. That's not an individual failure to be a philosopher or care about things. We live in a world where if I don't got it today, who gives a fuck what happens tomorrow? If I don't eat today, who cares what happens tomorrow? If I'm unhoused today, who cares what happens tomorrow? A lot of people are there. And as like the money, the wages, the food rots, ooh, man, like I want to be candid. Like there's been a couple moments where I've been like, I don't want to say like hungry on some starvation. I don't want to do that. But there have been moments where I couldn't get what I wanted to eat, where I didn't have any money, where I couldn't get food stamps. Like there's been moments where I've been like, damn, like what can I make? like do these two things go together? Can I make this? Can this be a meal? Like I'm grateful that this week is a little better for me, which is why I started doing sex work again. Like it's crazy, but like honestly, like I am doing sex work for survival, and it is like working. I'm obviously surviving, but it's the ways that I stopped doing sex work, and like I really thought I could. Like I really thought I could like stop, and I really can't. Like I can't afford to not do sex work, and it sucks. Cause it's like somebody will think it's so easy, and I'm not gonna say it's hard work because it's really fucking not. But sometimes I think about all of the energy. Like that's the thing for me at this point with sex work. It's like, man, some of these men are just like the energy vampires, and they have no money. And you got to do a little finessing to get the money. And some men know. Some men they just know they want to give it to you. Some men you got to make them feel comfortable. It's usually not worth it for me. Some of y'all live life. I don't care what you do, but I'm just saying, like, the sex work game is so annoying because so many men are broke and they're Delusional. They think all bitches are belong to them. They think bitches gotta talk to them for free. Oh my god, like so many men like bothering me and mad that I'm like, are you doing anything for me? Like really mad about it. And it's funny because again, they want me to do something for them, but it's a problem. Okay, I know I'm on a tangent, but I'm just trying to offer that like it's a crazy time to be alive. That is why a lot of people are not well and don't believe that there's a future. There's a lot of people who keep saying we're cooked, we're cooked, we're cooked. Bitch, we're not cooked. We're really not fucking cooked. Like we're not. We're definitely in the end game in ways, but I think even saying that is hilarious. We're in the beginning of something that we don't understand. And isn't that beautiful that we don't understand it? So there's something to learn. So many more people will focus on all the bad things happening. You're not crazy. I'm not mad at you for that. But there's other shit. There's other shit. Like there is. And I know, again, just like there are people who are young who know like they're going to get drunk. They're now putting their alcohol inside of gallon jugs and they're literally putting lids on them. Like they're totally reducing the being spiked, being drugged. They have a controlled amount of alcohol. They're also carrying water with them. Like harm reduction is a thing we're talking about as a collective. There's a lot of great things happening in this time, but I know it'll be easier to focus on the terrible things. You're not crazy. You're really not crazy. But I say all this to say, like, my desire was just to acknowledge that you're not crazy, but this world is. And so any ways that you were making it work were probably fucking crazy. And so now you're going to have to start to think outside of the box. And that's going to take resources, which I'm grateful to share with you. I'm going to leave some links in the comment below, in the comment bar below, but I'm going to say some here because some people might need more support more faster than me ending this live. Findhelp.org. I use this resource to get some food. I use this resource to get medical care. There is still free medical care in this country. It is privatized, unfortunately. It is donation based, unfortunately. It is, you have to ask for it to get it. They're not telling you. And so findhelp.org, if you have different zip codes you go to, findhelp.org is amazing for going to multiple zip codes. There's also, if you have a Facebook account still, you're going to want to go to the Facebook search and type in buy nothing. And then you're going to type in your closest major city and or a city or town that has money. Do not do the buy nothing in a town or city where there's not a lot of resources. You can. You're right. You're right. Do what you want to do. But personally, I promise you, it makes more sense to consider where is the money at in your state. Go there. Join that group. Because the people with the money, you know what they're going to do? They're going to be giving away a lot of shit. Like where I'm at, I'm in a couple of the buy nothing groups, and I've told this story before. There was a man who had ordered way too much catering, like way too much. And he just needed someone to come and pick it up. He's like, I don't give a fuck what you do with it. He's like, I gotta leave this space. And I have like pounds of chicken for like, it was like a burrito bar. And he was like, everybody ate. We got too much food. Situations like that unfold. The other day, I asked someone to give me a ride and keep me company when I go do laundry. And I found somebody who's like, hey, I will drive you to the laundromat and or you can do laundry at my house. And they were like, you know what? They were like, if you want to smoke out, do some art. We actually started chatting today about going to karaoke together. Again, this is a way for you to maybe meet some people in your neighborhood that may also have needs, and they may be social, they may be emotional, they may be food related, they may be laundry related. Who knows? You may be able to meet someone that's local to you. Again, Facebook, buy nothing or buy no things. Sometimes they interchange it. Also, if you're queer, you're gonna type in queer exchange and then your closest city or the gayest city in your state. You know where you live, bitch. I don't. So, queer exchange, the gayest city, or the college town where there's probably queer people who are younger and a little bit more active with event planning, organizing rather, and just creating spaces for queer people to break out. And so those are two resources on Facebook. I also want to say if you are looking for if you're looking for food that is cheap, that is local, there is an app called Too Good To Go. Basically, all the local restaurants around you end up having leftovers that they can't sell at the same price as everything else. And so a lot of restaurants will have little grab bags. I remember one time I went on there and I got a pizza it was the end of the night. They couldn't sell it, so they sold us all the slices for like 30 cents. It was crazy. But if you go on that app, it's called Too Good To Go. You may find local restaurants around you that may have really good food that you love to eat, but you're not buying takeout right now. That's understandable. I'm trying to think. I feel like there's one more. Ooh, there's an app called Lex, Lex. This app, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. There's a lot of white people on there that are very temperamental, so just keep that in mind. If you go on there, it is an app that is very gay, very queer. It is not very not very empathetic and not very slow moving, unfortunately. Like I remember I had a conversation with some white people in a group and the whole group was about drugs. The whole group was people talking about drug experiences. I joined it because, as some of y'all may or may not know, I work with plant medicine, and I really want to know like what people are doing out there, what drugs they're using, how they get out of drug tests, things like that. I wanted to just know as much as possible. And so at some point, the person who was the admin of the group disappeared. And then I became the admin and I told them straight up, I'm like, safety's not real. Like one day we had a combo and I said, safety's not real. We're going to have to actually build that together. And I also made the remark that being kind to white people can be dangerous because as I'm trying to educate them, they're getting mad. And I was like, well, it is dangerous to be kind to white people at times. So, and with that, I was banned. So one weekend in, I don't think everyone's going to get banned. But if you make white people think things they've never thought before, they may do something to you. So just putting that out there, that I definitely lost access to that entire site, all because I said being kind to white people can be dangerous. And again, I know there might be white people hurt by that, but I want you to consider just how dangerous of a person you've been to be around for people of color, and try to hold that there are going to be people who never tell you what you did. Like I'm sitting with something right now that I want to tell my white friend, but I don't even know how to say it. I don't even know how to say it yet. Because I want to address it with love. Like I want to bring it up on some I'm your friend, and that's why I'm bringing it up, because I want to hear from you. I'm not bringing it up to discard you. And I'm trying to remember you can't say that to everybody. You can't tell everybody hey, this is a conversation to maintain our connection. Because some people may think you're trying to manipulate them into being your friend after you hurt them unsuspectingly. And so I'm trying to just be mindful that even though you might want to say something gently and with love, somebody might not be ready to have that convo. So I'm also going to check in and see if they're ready to have the convo. I think I might just write a letter though, to be honest, and just try to ask for more information, because I really do love them and I want to. That's why I'm how do I say this shit? Because I be saying shit kind of I don't always choose my words the best, and so I'm trying to remember that I can be. I'm part of this. I'm part of this equation, and I want to say it as gently as possible because I do want to hear back. But I'm also I'm sometimes, man. It's we've never had a conflict before, so I think that's also why I'm scared, because I'm ooh. And again, I'm scared because I know, unfortunately, that having conflict is intimacy, fighting with people or having an issue about something where finding out you need to renegotiate, whatever the case may be. Like that's actually a beautiful thing. Like some people, like when there's an issue, they just disappear. Like some people can't even handle a conversation with you, like after perceived slight. Like they can't handle it. They're not willing, and that's real. But I'm just saying, like I don't feel like that's what's happening. But again, it's the way that you can be traumatized from losing connections with people from just being honest about how some shit hurt you. And so I'm trying not to let the emotional lack of intelligence in other people inform how I move forward. Easier said than done, bitch. Anyways, I'm going back to read the comments. I clearly had a lot to say tonight, but I'm trying to like remember when I read the comments. You're gonna stop remembering what you're saying. Try to remember that. I'm crying. Listen, circling back to Tanya, I genuinely think Tanya is Aqua. And I want to reiterate, Aqua, nobody hates you. I think, unfortunately, we just had really poor timing on a disagreement, and I wasn't really willing to go through that again with you. I think some people don't realize that. Like, I don't enjoy going back and forth with people here. It's not fun, especially when like they're trying to make me feel bad for being a fat sex worker and like being old. Like it's like like they said I was 36 and I was dying laughing. I'm like, I pray I get to be 36. The fuck, like I'm really like the age is gonna be really blowing me. Like, damn, bitch, like you don't want to make it till your pussy turn gray? The fuck, like, good God. Not saying my pussy gray yet, but bitch, I pray for that. Whew. It's the way some people are just letting me know, like, you so scared to get older, and there's nothing scary up here. In fact, I just feel like the older you get, you save your fear for some other shit. I'm scared of some shit. I ain't scared of getting old though. And see, that's the thing too. Is I would never say that there are. I would never be honest. I'm like, oh, I like black men. Like that was never me. It don't matter like where I was in life. Like I never was feeling that. I think like when I was hearing about like misogyny war and like how black men collude with white women and us non-black women, I do want to hold that like that is in my mind as well. That like this black man could be using me to hurt somebody, and it's happened before. Like I've definitely been like a light skinned side bitch with a black man who was harming a black woman who was deep dark skinned, and I didn't know that, but I found out, and it's the ways that like again, this isn't to say that there's no white man that'll never fucking cheat on a black woman with me. This ain't me saying that. What I'm trying to offer is that like there are black men who have done things that are like have me reconsidering connection because of the ways that you know like between me and you, I feel like I've dated like almost every type of person. I've dated a single parent, I've dated a woman, I've dated black men, white men, Latin, I dated an Israeli. Like I dated all different types of people. But I feel like for me, I don't have a type. I just like people that are fun. Like that's my type. Are you fun? I feel like Dane raised my standards. I'm like, bitch, can you wash dishes good? Like, do you know how to collect coupons in the mail? Cause like he's so good at coupons. It's like mm-mm. There's just something about a man who goes shopping, bitch. Like it just makes my pussy wet. Like, oh my god, like bitch, I'm gonna tell you where to go in the grocery store. Low key, like my pussy is so wet. Like, damn, he be knowing about herbs and spices. He know where all the shit in the grocery store is. He love going to the grocery. Bitch, he love going to the grocery store. That makes me so happy. Damn, like it's the way that like I feel like it's not about his race. Like him being white passing, I don't want to say it don't matter because it do. But what I want to offer is that like. Mm, I feel like he's one person. And I feel like even dating Dane has me realizing like I really am solo poly. Like I love him a lot and I do want to still marry him. But I'm gonna still date. I'm gonna still be out here enjoying life. Like I don't know. If I'm being super candid, I feel like me and Dane have so much in common that sometimes it can get boring. It can feel like like sometimes I feel like we have the same brain cell, and it's so funny. But then there's moments where it's like I really I crave something completely different. I crave different energy, and like he doesn't make me feel bad for that, and he doesn't make me feel like I should be only wanting him. So I don't know. Again, like I used to think I was straight. I used to think I was gay. I used to think I was a man. I used to think I was a lot of things. Oh well. It's the way some people want me to feel bad for experimenting with who the fuck I think I am. When it's like, damn, like motherfuckers just put a bow on you and told you you was a girl and you accept that? Okay. I don't give a fuck. Like, again, it's the way that I don't give a shit. If somebody looked between your legs and told you you were a man and that's that for you, I don't care. But notice, motherfuckers be so about trans people so concerned. It's like, sweetie, the fact that we're not concerned about you is funny as hell to me. The fact that we don't even bother y'all is funny as fuck because we really could. We have the range. We were socialized as well, but we don't even go there. We just tell you to leave us the fuck alone. But it's the way everyone who's trans, somebody looked between our legs and said, now act like this. And we didn't follow the script. And some people are, and we don't care. But y'all want us to care that we're not following the script that y'all are following. Be blowing the fuck out of me. It's like, damn, like are you really happy to be a woman? Are you really happy like that that's what they're calling you? Like sometimes I really wonder that. Like I wonder about all the trans people who don't want to be trans, don't want to read about it. Oh man. It's the way I used to be ignorant. It's the way I used to like not know anything about transness either. And I used to think like, oh my God, what is a tranny? Like I used to really be. Ooh, it's the way people used to be transphobic to me here. And I used to be like, y'all don't know that. I'm like, you can't tell if I'm trans or not. And I was just like laughing because I'm just like not taking it seriously because at the time, like I'm being protected as a cis woman. So I'm just like, what the fuck? And then in retrospect, I'm like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. And the ways that some people will be like, remember when you thought you were a man? It's like, girl, you never thought you was a man? That's great. Again, I just think about the ways that like some of us are denied femininity or denied softness to the point where like we don't feel like we think we're supposed to feel. And the ways that some people are just bullied into being something. Like there was this gay man who said, I wanted to be straight like my daddy and my brothers. And I forget that part of socialization, that some of us grow up with people or live with people and we want to be just like them. Some of us see a man and we want to be just like that man. And it's not about denying your queerness. It's about wanting to be normative. It's about wanting to have access in a particular way. And so I'm trying to hold that too. That there are some people that are like, oh no, like I'm gonna be straight. Mm. Mm. I was the kind of gay person who thought like if I just date men, that'll work out. And then I dated a woman and then I was like, oh wow, you actually have to do work. Oh wow. Like lowest of keys, like I've never really talked much about me and Sydney's relationship because I'm embarrassed about it, obviously. I feel like that's like when people are very talkative and they don't talk about something, usually embarrassment. But I realized in retrospect that like me and Sydney's relationship didn't work out for many reasons. This is not me trying to do a retrospective, but one of them was I assumed that like because we were both girls, we would just know what to do. And I hate to say this, but like we really were both invested in like the gender performance of being a woman to the point where neither of us initiated sex. but somehow thought about it. Like, we would fight about not fucking, neither of us would initiate. Because neither of us knew how. Because neither of us talked about sexuality. For some reason, we thought, like, you could just be gay by, like, being with someone. We really didn't understand. Like, that's how inexperienced in queerness we were. We didn't realize, like, it's not like dating a man. You actually have to talk to each other. You can't just say you're in a relationship. You actually have to, like, figure out how to love each other. You don't know. And again, it's the ways that I don't think either of us realized how much we had coasted as, like, cis and hetero. As, like, two, and the plus, like, we're both, like, light-skinned women in that blush of my life, thinking that we're both, like, light-skinned black women, right? And so I'm thinking, like, oh, like, we're gonna know how to love each other. We're gonna just know. And it's like, no, that's not how it works. Like, people don't realize, like, you have to learn people individually. Like, there's no one gay way to be. And, like, again, it's the ways that I thought, like, oh, she likes me, I like her. We're gonna fuck someday. Never had sex. And I'm not saying that that means anything, but it does. But I'm not saying that to be like, we should have had sex. It's me just acknowledging, like, I thought a lot of things about relationships. I thought a lot of things. And then I learned something new. I learned that, like, being queer isn't just, like, dating someone. It's not just an expression of, like, love. It's also, like, who you are, how you treat yourself, what you think about yourself, like, what queer people you also hold with you in your expression and in your experience as a queer person. And just the ways that, like, queer elders don't get to a lot of times be elders. A lot of queer people die very young. And so a lot of the older queer people that we know about, a lot of times they were quiet about their queerness, and that's why we know about them, because their queerness was very much secondary to the work that they did. And so I say all this to say that, like, there are going to be moments where, like, people don't know who they are and they're still finding out. And I think that that's probably for the rest of your fucking life. And how beautiful that, like, whatever you think you know now, it could change. I think that's great. That, like, whatever the fuck you think right now could change. You could learn more, shift, everything. It's great. Again, I don't think that I'm not queer anymore because I'm dating a cis man. I just think that, like, now I realize, like, dating people who are not cis men, and even dating cis men, because I'm learning that too, that, like, there's no, and I just think about how, like, dating people, like, when you don't get to date in high school, like, it does stunt you on what is a relationship. And I have to just hold that, like, I've had to, like, really grow up in relationships and learn in the retrospect that, like, damn, like, I just didn't have it to be in this, or I didn't know how to ask for help. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know how to be. And again, it's the ways that, like, I'm on the internet, everyone can see me. And so imagine me thinking to myself, I don't think I'm gay in the right way, but it's like, what do I even say about that in real time? You know, what do you say? And then it's the ways that, like, there were moments where I thought I wasn't really gay because I didn't know how to initiate with my queer partner. I didn't know how to be intimate outside of, like, I didn't realize that, like, there was so much more than the intimacy we'd be facilitating with each other or cultivating with each other. Like, I just did not think, because again, I'm thinking, like, we're two cute people who like each other. I wasn't considering, like, compatibility is so much more than we're both cute and we like each other. Again, I learned a lot in that relationship, and I'm hella grateful that I got to even spend that time with someone so intimately, to the point where we realized, like, we don't know how to like each other. Like, we don't know how to physically, we don't know how to emotionally, like, I don't know. And again, it makes you think about being Venus and Aquarius. Like, I could date a lot of people because I'm not that focused on the sexuality of it all. I have sexuality for myself. I'm actually Gucci. Like, I could fuck myself forever. I'm actually fine. But there's a part of me that's like, damn, does every relationship require sexuality? No, it really doesn't. But intimacy, yes. Always that. And I think about how some people only know how to be intimate during sex. Anything else isn't intimacy to them. And I think about how, like, you know, your partner telling you a story from like a million years ago that like it doesn't seem like it's about anything, but it is. Like that's intimacy. Like someone asking you to just sit with them, just be with them. That's so intimate. Like someone wanting you to just be where they are. Like that's so much intimacy to feel safer in someone else's energy and presence. But who tells you that? Like I'm over here like trying to figure out why we're not fucking, and it's like, well, we're doing other things. We're loving each other in other ways. But it's the ways that in the end, that's what it came down to. The lack of cultivating like romantic eros, you know? And the ways that again, like people do expect you to be sexual. Like when you're like when people see you as like beautiful or attractive, they're like, are you using that? Like, why aren't you using that? Like, it's the ways that like people are like, I'm attracted to you, so you have to be good at sex. And it's like, woo, just the expectation people have because they like what they see. Like, you should be able to do more. Wild. Elisa, I hope you're having a good evening. I'm behind in the comments like really badly. I've been prioritizing my random what is it? My random streams of consciousness, and I'm grateful. I feel like, listen, whenever someone replays this one, they're gonna get chunks of paragraphs and then random moments in the comments. Meryl Streep, you responding to the black man talking about mixed people equals less black people being killed. I appreciate you for saying what you said because you're right. You're right. He is hurt. He is traumatized. He does. They be playing with me. But the last thing that was said was basically that uh, yes, there are going to be black men who think like eugenics makes sense, and it's important for those of us who are not black to say no. Like I think that's another layer to this too. Is like at this point, I'm terrified of getting closer with a black man who is, you know, who is internalizing anti-blackness to the point where he, you know, thinks and believes these anti-black things, like really believes them to his core. And so when that black man told me that he thinks mixed babies will mean less black people being hurt, it was like, well, you're only saying that because there will be less black people. Like that's not gonna make the world a better place. But again, it's the way that there are some black men who feel comfortable saying things like that, saying that like more mixed people existing will mean less black death, as if that's as if they're equal, as if the erasure and black death aren't already on the table. And he's trying to, I don't know. And again, it's the way that some people see us mixed people as like a good sign. And that's a lot of fucking pressure because a lot of us are fucking terrible. So again, it's the ways that like there's so many of us who people are like, you're the hope. And it's like, no, we're not. We're really fucking not. And again, it's like, who wants to say that? Who wants to? I don't want to say it, but I gotta say it. We're not the fucking hope. And again, it's the ways that like once you say that, now I'm unwell. I'm grateful that I've been unwell this whole time. So, you know, I have some, you know, I'm consistently unwell. But again, it's the ways that like now I'm extra unwell. And it's like, fuck, man. It's like whenever I see white people talking about how terrible they are and saying like we are bad, people don't be arguing. They don't argue. But people really fight my ass and be like, bitch, don't be talking about light skinned people. And it's like us. Like again, it's the way that somebody recently told me that I'm brown skinned. Like someone told me I'm brown skinned recently. And I was like, whoa. And I had several people tell me I'm not light skinned anymore. All because I dare to name that like I'm a colorist. All light skinned people are colorists. We are. It's safer to just know that. It's safer to know that than to be hoping we're not. It's safer. But again, let somebody deep dark skin say this. People are dragging them. People don't really drag me too much. Like they'll be annoyed by what the fuck I say, but they're not gonna do anything to me. And so that's another reason why I turn on my camera, because again, there's things that I've said that other people have said better, but no one's dragging me. People are not gonna do shit to me. This is not me saying I want anyone to hurt me. I'm just saying, like, people for the most part either think I'm fucking crazy or a witch. Like, it's one or the other. And I feel like both of them protect me. I'm gonna be so fucking for real. Like, people thinking you're crazy, they leave you alone. But it's the way that people will routinely attack, like, dark-skinned people, like, for literally opening up their mouth and daring to tell you the truth. You know what, Elisa? People talking about Martin being problematic for so long is frustrating because it's like it's never too late. You know, it's never too late to talk about any system of oppression. There are going to be people who find my old content and will drag the shit out of me in the future. It's not too late. And like I was telling Tanya, just wait. I'm going to fuck up. I am. I don't think I was fucking up when I was saying leave black people alone. But there will be times where I'm definitely fucking off. And I'm excited. I'm excited. I can't wait to get dragged. I can't wait to learn more on how not to behave. I'm excited at this point. I'm not worried. I used to be worried that people are going to drag me. Now I'm like, bitch, that's exciting. That anybody would care enough to tell you that you're wrong. That something is not working. Like, that's great. Some people just see a fire and walk on by. Some people see, you know, a bitch falling off a cliff and be like, oh, well, it happens every day. So that's where I'm at. Okay, going back to talking about fat people being skinny now, I just want to say, I know it's a touchy subject. I know because I'm a big back American. Again, I'm gonna bring my backs out. I've got many backs. You see that? It's a back on a back. With that being said, again, it's not that I expected any of these fat people to maintain fatness. No. I just hope that they wouldn't become. And again, I want to just hold what does it look like to have privilege for the first time? Like, I don't want to do too much because it's like I know, I know that. I know that feel. Like people caring about what you're doing. Like, and again, it's so intoxicating. Like people online, like pouring into you can feel so good. But when I see the women, like the way that they did not get this much comments, like they didn't get this much love when they were fat. But now that they're actively losing weight and talking about it every day, it's like seeing their engagement is just so wild and it breaks my heart because it's like they had to invest heavily in weight loss for you to care. Fuck, like it's the way the system is literally just eating itself over and over again. I'm tired. I'm just a tired person. I probably should, I'm gonna take some gummies. I'm gonna have me a little gummy bitch. This is my favorite one, bitch, the cotton candy. And actually, bitch, it's my favorite so much I got one open. I almost opened the new one, but this cotton candy about to put my ass out. I gotta laugh, bitch. I gotta laugh. Oh yeah. I know a lot of people don't want to hear about this conversation because, again, so many of us want to be skinny. Like, I think about that. I think about how, and I'm not saying this to flex, I don't give a fuck about getting small, but I know that there's people that still do. And so I don't want to be insensitive and operate like I don't get it. I don't want to do that. But I feel like I finally have, like, broken the spell of thinking being skinny would change my life. Like, I used to think that. I did. I used to think if I got skinny, my life would change. At this point, I realized that the only thing that would change is how many more people would want to use me. Like, I think about it like that. Like, I think about being fat and how it's protected me in ways. And I know some people don't want to think about it like that, but there have been times where, like, the men that were around only wanted to use someone smaller. They just wanted to use someone. They didn't think I was worthy of being used. Now, the tricking fat shit and the way I keep hearing about men like actively going after fat women to see like if they can get something from us, shit makes me sad as fuck, honestly, because it makes me think about how like when you're fat, like some people will really just like they'll use you just to get a meal, bitch. Like they'll like whatever the fuck they see your fat ass as having. That's all. That's the only reason why they're there. And I've seen some fat people have like so much, and it's almost like that's what it's like they're trading that for love. I feel like in most of my relationships, my partner had more money than me, more access than me. So it's rare that I was ever with anybody who was like, I'm gonna exploit you. But there have been moments recently where like I've met men who were like, oh, I'm gonna get this fat bitch to do something for me. And it's awkward because it's like I like to nurture, I like to be supportive, I like to be abundant with people. I like to spoil whoever I'm with whatever the fuck I can. But it's the ways that like being fat means to some people like I'm unworthy of treating good. It's the way some men will hit me up and ask me the most sexual derogatory questions, and it just informs me that like I'm not like the other girls. I don't get to be treated good. Like I had this man ask me straight up if I was into pegging, and I'm gonna be real with you, I'm not. But I'm going to try to get money. Like, and it's again, it's the ways that like because I'm a sex worker, I don't care. But if I wasn't a sex worker, I'd be fucking mad. And I remember being angry before I was a sex worker at all the ways these men would talk to me crazy and sexually. And I'd be like, what the fuck? And I'd be so mad. And now it's funny because it's like some of these men want to give me their money. That's the only reason why I'm not mad anymore. Is because now I actually understand that like some of these men are just horny and they're on these dating apps and they're just trying to get some sex work. And they'll lie and say they'll buy you food. Like a lot of shit is just sex work and we don't see it that way. But now that I can see a lot of men's behavior as them being tricks, clients, makes it easier to talk to them now. Like some of them are not capable of having a connection. Some of them really are letting you know like their dick is here. That's it. And those men, they have money sometimes, not always. Don't play yourself. Don't play yourself out here, please. Please don't play yourself. Skinny privilege or small fat privilege brings out something very specific. You're not wrong. Privilege or validation. Mm. You know what? That's a great question because it feels like validation. Queen on the Rise, I appreciate you for saying that because I have been hearing a lot of black women saying like that they want to be skinny or that there's not enough skinny black women representation. And I'm like, really? I'm like, where are all the fat black women that they're talking about that are everywhere? I'm just not sure who they mean. Cause I'm like when I think about like black women, like I'm like I'm watching TV shows and none of them are fat. Not one. And I think about the movie Precious and how it was an event to show a fat black woman, especially as a star. Like I just want folks to consider like what they're saying when they say certain things, because like it's the way that I've seen some takes be just so fat phobic, and the energy was like I've seen black women be like, we don't want to see fat black women as our representation, not considering that like those fat black women exist whether or not you show them. But not showing them is a choice, especially when you share so much. Like the differentiator between being visible and not is being fat. What else? Because it's not just that. Like I refuse to believe anybody's like you can't be fat. I refuse to believe that's it. Like again, fat phobia, transness, or rather, fat phobia, trans misogyny war, like anti-blackness, like it's all they're all fucking. And so it's awkward because when people try to like make it seem like, oh, I just hate fat people. Like, no, you probably hate black people too. Like, you probably hate a lot of people. Like, and it's awkward because people don't want to think about it. They don't want to consider that like the other, the bad one, anything perceived as the bad thing to be, it's a part of white supremacy. Like white supremacy literally said you're black to create harm, literally assigned harm to someone. Someone's like, ugh, sometimes it's frustrating to talk to people because they be really saying stuff. I'd be like, you don't see how that shit is connected? And they don't. And then you're crazy. And then you can't go there no more. You're put out. Don't say some shit is anti-black, motherfuckers not ready yet. Now you're a bitch and a hoe. Now you can't come to the party, you can't come to the function. Now people are blocking you. You know how many biracial people blocked me recently? And it was funny as fuck. It's like, I wish people would realize, like, I'm not talking for you to like me, but why are you hurt? Like, what's hurting you? What's making you mad? And the tweet was like, not all mixed people are biracial, but all biracial people are mixed. I don't want to do no more. I'm gonna let it go. Pam and Gina did work at the same place. Again, and it's the ways that like we're never thinking about how Pam. I don't know. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to do too much. It's been a minute since I've seen the show, but I just remember seeing Gina as like the one that had more access, seemingly. And I don't know why I remember that. Like I thought they were both dressed very nicely, but I remember Gina seeming like she was running something because again, Pam always going to her house or going to link with her. Like again, it just felt very one-sided in terms of the friendship. Like I don't have many friends where it's like we always got to be at their house. Where it's nice, don't get me wrong, but like where the fuck is Pam's house? Like low key, I'm gonna actually like watch the show again from the beginning to see if we ever find out. Ooh, Eddie Winslow. That's a great question. Triple A mommy, thank you for bringing that up. Sierra, you're the shit. Just thank you, because I actually saw a documentary on Family Matters, and I just started thinking about it, and I was like, damn. Ooh. I'm rewatching a lot of shows, and it's just like, damn. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Like, bitch, why the fuck I start watching Power again? Just don't. Just don't. They never seen it, and low key he hooked on it, and I feel bad because the show is not good, but it's so not good that it's awful, you know. And I feel like sometimes, and again, it's the way we're watching like Ghost cheat on fucking Tasha for the whole first season. And like just oh my god, man. Like watching that show like annoys me on another level. Cause it's like not y'all got an attorney who had already got shit about the Lil Kim shit. Like it's like ugh. And I seen an interview where she was talking about how Lil Kim was treating her poorly, and it was just like damn. And it's like let a black woman talk about another black woman treating them poorly. Now everybody fighting. And it's awkward because it's like sweets. Like let her tell the truth, you know. Like let these black women tell the truth about what's happening, because again, it's the way that the culprit is really white supremacy. The culprit's really colorism, but these two deep dark skinned black women have issues because one of them has internalized it and the other one is acknowledging it. Again, it's the ways that like I don't want to say anybody wrong, Because Lil Kim feeling how she feels is very valid. And when I say feeling how she feels, I mean like the internalized anti-blackness. Why shame her for that? Like that's not where I want to come. But what I'm trying to offer is like even her talking about that, people are mad at her. People get mad at dark skinned black women a lot for just being candid. And it's the ways that like the ways I'm able to exist online at this point. I know some people will think that like I'm not the same as I was, and like that would be ridiculous, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it be crazy for anybody to stay the same or have the same level of engagement? It would be wild. We all change and grow. The people that found me before probably appreciated how mean I was. You know, I think a lot of people did. And I think a lot of people appreciated how angry I was and like how much I would put that on people, how much I would like be combative and fighting back. Some people really like that content. That's real. I'm not trying to do too much. I'm just trying to offer that like there's gonna be people that you watch that like listen, and are really sitting with that shit. And they're not gonna be the same. And I'm glad. But just the same that you can watch somebody white and see them descend into white supremacy, I think that the same can be true in the opposite direction, that we can see people want to know more, want to be a part of community, want to be standing in solidarity, and like we don't always know what the fuck that's about to look like or how that's gonna feel for all of us. And I just hope people remember, like, I'm a regular ass bitch on the internet. I don't know how the fuck this channel is still fucking existing. Like, when you really think about it, when you really think about all the shit that be getting deleted, it's very fascinating that this shit still exists. Like, I'm genuinely at that point in like delusion where I'm like, whoa, I've done a lot, I've said a lot, I'm doing a lot, and just the ways that like I'm still 5 years, and just sitting with the privilege I have to do anything that I do, to say anything that I say, and that, you know, that means something to me. That means something, that like people still come here, that people still bring up things I said, that people still bother. Like it means something because it means that I wasn't just creating for no reason like I thought for a long time. I wasn't just being vapid or wanting attention as if that was a problem. It wasn't. It's more, I'm realizing in retrospect that there are a lot of conversations that happened here that needed to happen. I'm grateful, but also there's so many conversations that I can never fucking have. And I'm so glad to learn that there are conversations where I should be a listener. And so I'm hoping that folks realize, like, whatever the fuck you were doing before, you realize that wasn't what you want to do anymore. That's a moment to celebrate. Like, I really wish we would make more space for celebrating moments where we were like, no more. Fuck that. I'm unwilling to be in that room in misalignment. I'm unwilling to carry on the behavior that doesn't make me feel comfortable. That's a moment to actually be really excited because you're telling yourself there's more, there's better, there's different, there's more empathy. And so I just want to say for anybody here who thinks that, you know, I'm boring or my content isn't the same, I know. And I'm grateful, and I feel like my life is reflecting that reality, that like I'm not that person anymore. And when I say that person, I mean I don't have to employ that behavior anymore. I don't think that I have to talk down to people or yell or get real nasty. I don't think that anymore. I used to though. I used to fight real shitty, and I used to fight with no integrity, and I didn't really care what happened next. And now I do. And I really hope y'all realize, like, whatever the fuck you're doing or we're doing, are you still doing it? That's great. I'm glad. I'm glad that maybe that's not what you're doing anymore. Or if you're recognizing a pattern of behavior that's not helping. Woo! I'm not gonna take my bonnet off for you, bitch, but the intention's there. I'm just trying to say, like, there's so many moments where there's so many people who don't get another chance to say sorry or to learn. You get the opportunity to do both. Like, I really just hope you sit with that opportunity. It's Leo season, bitch. It's time to be brave and roar. It's time to let people hear your voice. But I think that's what the Mercury retrograde is about. It's about like being felt more than being heard. Like you want people to feel what you're saying, not just hear it. So consider how you make people feel you. Like consider how you make people feel the words. Not just hear them. Consider what you do. I'm behind the chat again. I'm coming back. Yo, Sierra, you saying pay me, I live. Trilly, it's been a minute. I miss you. Not why it put me to sleep. Ooh, you posted a thread? Ooh, if you wouldn't mind linking me, I would love to see it. You watched Power for the first time last year and it was a train wreck? Bitch, it's so bad. It's so bad. And the Tasha Go storyline is so goofy. And why the fuck Tommy let this white bitch steal her earrings? Like, that shit will never not irk me. Like, bitch, it was her birthday. You literally just said, like, thank you for holding me and goes down. Where did all that energy go when that ugly white bitch had stolen the earrings and was talking about some? Like, it's the way that she literally did like a little energy vampire stare at Tommy to get him to lie. And Tasha seen the whole shit and played dumb for no reason. And it annoyed the fuck out of me because it's like, baby, it's your birthday. It's your fucking birthday. And bitches stole. I'm sorry. And it's your man's club. Like, really. Like, that scene just doesn't add up. And then, bitch, you know what else? Like, it's the way that she stepped to Holly and then, like, kept it cute. But why when Tasha thought that, like, Ghost was fucking on a black woman, she looked like she was about to fight this black woman. But when she seen Angela, she backed the fuck up. I really hated that. Because it's like, it would have made sense that she beat up Angela in front of her house. I would have appreciated that. But again, it's the way that, like, when she saw Angela, they made it some, like, really devastating moment because she wasn't black. And it was just like, he's cheating regardless. I'm not saying that there can't be extra pain of it being a white bitch. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is they really had her about to jump out the car to beat up a black woman in the same building, meaning the same socioeconomic abilities, and was pausing on a white bitch, which, to be fair, for the storyline, it couldn't have worked out. But it was just like, and then every time Jamie on the screen with Angela, I'm like, it's just boring. Like, I know the Black New World Order people loved it. I know the race play people loved it, but it was boring to me. If Dr. was following their Facebook page, I'm screaming. Not a Latina woman. She made it clear she was. Tried to argue with a group of us about Ghost cheating with Angela. Oh, God. Oh, God. Noe, I'm glad you're here. Not the Milk Maiden. My thing is this. Holly was not that cute. She was just a white lady with some red hair and some blue eyes. Like, this shit that be killing me, bitch. Like, it made me think, I can't remember who did this. I'm blanking and I'm so mad. But somebody was like, it'd be a white person on screen looking like mashed potatoes, and somebody else white will be like, but she's beautiful. I'm so sorry. But that's how I felt with Holly. Like, I'm like, and Angela too. It's like, y'all very boring. Very boring. Very boring. And then again, it's the way that, like, they just didn't put a lot of money in Tasha's wardrobe. Like, the show looks like they put money, but for some reason Tasha was doing her own hair. I was very annoyed watching the whole shit because, again, she's supposed to be the Kingpin's wife, Ghost wife. Sorry, no. But she's beautiful. You know what? Triple A mommy. Triple A mommy. To blame mommy. Again, but they're supposed to be rich. They're supposed to be billionaire, millionaire. Like, it's like, girl. Meanwhile, Angela looked like she had money. Angela looked like she had more money than everybody. That's what blew me. Like, girl, you barely, like, it's giving, like, government worker. But all I know is we just finished the first season. If you've never seen Power, it is not a good show. It is terrible. But it's so terrible that it's not, it's like you could really watch it for a few hours. Really could. Really could. And again, I'm not trying to do too much to Tasha because again, they played her. Like I have just, again, I'm not gonna do too much, but it's the way that even Lakeisha hair looked better. And it was just like, what are y'all doing? Like in retrospect, they needed somebody to play with because it's the way that Tasha was such a B character. And it's like, how so? But he was cheating, so. I'm crying at whoever. I'm crying at whoever sent him a death threat. I'm sorry, that's funny as hell. Listen, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. When 50 Cent comes out of jail smiling and shit, like, I'm like, girl. Between me and you, I hate Kanan as a character. I don't care about him. I don't care about Sean. I don't care about none of that. Like, I'm gonna be real with you. I watched the show just like low key. Like, I'm a messy watcher, bitch. I watch for all the goofy little things Ghost does. Cause Ghost, you know how Ghost be doing his little, like, you know how you be. Ghost be doing the most silliest facial expressions. I love laughing at that man. Motherfucker, yes, no, truly go in for sure. Go in for real. I also watched for. I feel like that first season when they had the Spanish girlie stabbing everybody, I appreciated that. I'm gonna be real with you. They scared me a little bit with that one. She would just pop out of a dumpster, pop out. Like, you never knew when the girlie was popping out and gonna get somebody. And low key, bitch, that shot when Holly called motherfucker Ghost and was like, oh, well, actually, I got a position in your organization. It's like, girl, you're doing the most. Like, Holly wanted to get God, and it's like, and even, like, hear me out. You went to go meet up with your man's family, and you stole from them in their own home, and then when confronted, got the nerve to say, I like to steal shit. That's just me. And Tommy was cool. I'm like, girl. And it was funny because they ain't like, Tommy acting like he ain't had pussy in years. I'm like, no, for real. Like, it's giving, but low key, looking at his apartment, it's really giving, he can't trust nobody. Like low key Tommy, the way Tommy apartment was looking, can't trust nobody in this city. Like, it's giving can't trust nobody. You know what I mean? And even the way he had old cereal in his apartment expired and the bitch going through the cabinets, that's what was also blowing me. It's like, you are all up in his cabinet. If I would have seen a piece of the wall move or some shit, why investigate that? Like, it's just, at the end of the day, she let him know, I'm a thief. I'm going to rob you. I be stealing. And she already robbed your sister? I'm sorry, but Tommy is such a weak link. It's the way I wanted to kill Tommy the first season. And also, when Tommy was smoking with Tasha in the car, bitch, you ain't saying nothing about Angela. You're crazy as fuck. Like, Lost of Keys, like, I really hated how they're trying to make it seem like all three of them was friends. Because it's like, if that was true, he would have been snitched on Ghost. But it's the way that he barely even, like, said anything about him. Fucking Angela, like, I just feel like he was very much not a good friend to either of them. And granted, James is going to do what James is going to do because he's a hoe. But, bitch, that shit at Raina, motherfucker. Bitch, you could tell I'm mad for real because I got a lot of things to say. But at Raina's recital, hear me out. Hear me the fuck out. The way Tasha was at the end of the recital, when she told Raina, invite your friends back to the house for a sleepover, And then she looked at Tyreek and was like, "Hey son, I already asked Owen mama." Bitch, no, it's the bitch. I'm mad. I'm mad because like I would need to hook up the computer, but I'm pissed that we can't do a co-host right now. Listen, I'll shut the fuck up. I'll shut the fuck up because we can talk about power another time. I'll keep it to myself. I'm watching some other shows. I'll talk about a different show. But if you want to go live and talk about power, bitch, I'm so ready. I'm so fucking ready, bitch. Because I just started second season, like literally just like I'm on episode 1, season 2. Kanan just got out of motherfucking jail. Holly laid up in the hospital and shit where she belongs. Ooh, bitch, when Holly got shot, the way Dane screamed and was laughing, I was like, you know what? That's why we watch the show. I'm not watching this show for real. I'm watching this show to laugh at all the goofy things that be happening because it doesn't add up. Also, the pedophile dude getting stabbed, that was cute. I like that moment in the show. But I don't think that, also for anybody that cares, I'm smoking a strain called Kitchen Sink. And it's very munchy oriented. I'm gonna keep it a buck. When I leave here, I'm about to eat everything, bitch. Everything. But no, for real. No, bitch. Bitch, wait, I'm down to restart. I'm down to restart for season 1. No games. Like if you wanna do a voice chat while it's playing or something, let's talk. Cause I feel like we could have a little chatty chat. Lowest of keys, bitch, do you want to put this shit on the Discord? Because that might be a moment. And I don't know. See, because hear me out. I don't know how you want to do it. Okay, pick runs. Okay. Because I would be down to watch it in the Discord, but I'm trying to consider, like, you might want to create some content or something. But if you don't, it's real. Like, I just want to put that out there because, bitch, you never know. Opportunities and things of that nature. But yeah, the strain that I'm smoking, it gets you awake as fuck, but it also makes you hungry as fuck. So just PS for anybody who's scared of munchies right now, who don't want to eat too much food. This ain't the one, bitch. This one's gonna make you hungry. I'm telling you, bitch. It's the way I got a plate. Bitch, I got the gummies on top of the plate, bitch. Bitch, and I got a cookie too. And bitch, I had a cookie this whole time, strategically. Honestly, I haven't watched Power in years either. That's what's so funny is like but Dane got sucked in watching it, and he's just been all his commentary is so funny to me because he really watching it like for the first time. And again, the first time you watch it, you get sucked in. The second time you watch it is to make sure that shit really all happened because again, season 1 is insane. So many moments don't make no motherfucking sense, but again. You could tell they wanted to make a little crime, drug mob, mafioso kind of, you know? And they did. Listen, if folks are interested, there is a Discord. It's called People Online Who Want to Talk. We've decided that we're not inviting any white people to be in the Discord. I have said before that there will be at some point perhaps a Discord that will involve some white folk that, you know, again, are people that are showing up in a particular way, but we're not really focused on that right now. We're really more focused on the people online who want to talk. But just putting that out there that, like, if there's anybody white that would want to connect, I just feel like in the meantime or between time, maybe just uplift some content, maybe just be someone that we are seeing do more stuff than just talking. Thank you so much, friend. I appreciate you. Thank you. This is my old bonnet. I've had this bonnet for years, y'all, and I just found it again, and it feels so exciting because the bitch is luxurious. It's hella big. It could get bigger, bitch. It could grow with you. It's a big bonnet. It's a bonnet that I had when I had like my faux locks in, and bitch, I want to get faux locks again. I want pink hair so bad. But there's a part of me that feels like I should just go back to black and just try to grow my crop out, bitch, because I just been stimming. I don't know if anybody else does this, but I love pulling fairy knots out of my head, bitch. It's like one of my most toxic traits. Like I could really sit for hours and pull a fairy knot out of my hair. It's so bad. I'm crying. I feel like if you got a big hairstyle in it, like if I had braids in, it would be good. But right now, she's not making it through the night. But she was pretty strong. I got her from a beauty supply. You know, she covers the ears. She does a lot. She does a lot for me. But I appreciate y'all both, Sierra and Shirley. Y'all are some bad bitches. Tarana, thank you for chatting and being kind. I appreciate all of y'all. Like, just thank y'all for sitting here and having this combo. I know my energy seems kind of like what the fuck, but I promise you, I just got a lot of energy from watching content about what was happening with Ari, but also I was paying attention to how folks were communicating, and it really just had me sitting with the reality that there are going to be so many people who think that it's the right thing to do in the moment is to tell that black person that they're crazy. And I really hope that we push back on that. Like, I think that's the most important thing I could say is like whenever someone is out here trying to make it seem like this black person behavior is so wild, outlandish, like let's try to remember, like, we don't know. Like, we really don't know what's happening. We really don't know what they're going through. Ari Lennox. My bad. Ari Lennox is being dragged right now. Not the Don, bitch. Dye your hair pink now. Hair goes back. You're right. You're right. You're right. That's all I needed, bitch. Because I actually got the pink dye. I just need the bleach. I'm crying. I'm fucking crying, bitch. I've got to screenshot this for my man. I gotta screenshot this for my man, honestly, because it's the way that we know it's you, girl. Like I'm telling y'all, didn't I just tell y'all, Tarana, Tarana really thinks she's doing something, posting my man, mama name in the motherfucking chat. We like, girl, what do you want? Like, both our moms are crackheads. I'm sorry that offends you. Like, imagine fighting for a crackhead. Like, that is crazy as fuck. I'm so sorry, but y'all are bugging. Like, I can tell y'all don't got nothing going on tonight. Like, you are bothering a bitch that does nothing but sit and eat bread. Bitch, ooh, you wasn't here for this, but why the fuck I got a text message from Aqua? Aqua, still in the chat, still bothering. Yes, and she gonna text me last night trying to bother me, trying to make me feel bad for being, go say I'm 36 and used to eat hamburgers naked on camera. I'm like, bitch, I still do. I still eat hamburgers on camera and get money. What's the problem? Aqua got the same. Aqua got the same notes every time. Aqua keep on telling me I'm 36 and I'm fat. And then they brought up that I have talked about Dane mom being a crackhead in a text message. And I showed it to Dane and Dane is like, his mom, like he's like, my mom probably drunk. Like he's like, and I even said to him, I was like, I be saying your mom a crackhead because our moms are both addicts. Like, I don't need to say that she's an alcoholic. Like, she could be a crackhead. He's like, I understand. I was like, thank you. Like, my partner, I'm not dating nobody that's mad that I said his mom a crackhead. But somebody out there, like, got my phone number and really texted me about dang mama. I'm crying at her, like, including, like, the last name of this bitch. No, I appreciate you. No, Aqua texted me, bitch. Listen. I screenshotted it or whatever, but I'm not going to do it because I already told them. I was like, bitch, I'm not going to talk about you, but it's like, babe, you wanted me to. That shit is weird. It's like the drags that they have are. These are the drags that they have. I'm 36. I do sex work, and my man, mama is a crackhead. Those are the drags on me. That's why I'm like, come on, just leave. Right. My thing is this. Why text me? Y'all have a whole hate thread. Is that not fun anymore? Talking about a fat bitch that you don't know, that you used to like online, which is the only reason why you know I exist. Like, that's the thing that's funny. I'm not anybody, really. So you really only know about me because you used to follow me. Let's just call a thing a thing. So it's just like, damn, you be watching me so hard that you know things to say to me to what? It's not working. This pig's still uncooked. You're not roasting good. Like, god damn, you guys. Like, I talk here all day. Y'all don't got nothing? Fuck. Shit. It's almost as if I'm working through my insecurities. It's almost as if you can't spread me my own tea that I told you. But it is what it is. Like I said, I'm leaving this live up because I don't give a fuck. Like, yeah, I already know who it is. Y'all gotta get different talking points. I use the same 3 talking points every time. Good God. And go say, oh, this is a man. Girl, I know this ain't no man. Stop it. Just insulting my intelligence. No man is sitting there watching these like, I'm not trying to be mean to any men that are here. But you're probably gay, and I love that for you. But let's be real, bitch. How many cis men are here gathering information over motherfucking decades? It's not, well, let me not say decades. But bitch, it's 17 years. 17 years here. So it's just like, damn. It's okay if you don't like me, but just leave me alone. That's all I'm asking. Just leave me be. I don't care. No, you're not gay, you're gathering. Listen, Omar, whatever you gotta do. Whatever you gotta do. Whatever you gotta do. Listen, I'm not trying to play you. I'm saying there are a lot of gay people here. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to play any straight men here. I'm just saying there are people that are not straight here. You know? But they tried to make it seem like there was a straight man, and I was like, you're not. It's okay. Listen, Omar doing his thing. Omar doing his thing. I live truly. Bitch, listen, I'm not gonna do too much because, like I said, like when I first came on the internet, I was very annoying. I feel like I'm still very annoying. But what I'm trying to offer is like I don't expect anyone to like me. I do expect them to leave me alone. Like I just feel like that's what would make the most sense. But if I'm being candid, I have to also hold that like no one really gives a fuck what I'm doing. The few people that bother me are like what? Like again, there's a person who I kicked out of the room who knows why they got kicked out of the room, but is deciding to harass me through text at this point. Do I really care? No. It's funny to me, to be real. It's more funny than anything because it's like, you my number one fan, bitch. Like, you my number one. You love me. But you love my style. Fuck Jay-Z. Like, I feel like Ethan right now. Not even I can fight. Listen, I'm trying to just keep it cute. Now you're taking me out. You're funny as hell, Omar. I'm fucking dead. Listen, all I gotta say is thank y'all for enduring. Thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for being cool as fuck. I do not know when I'll be back, which sucks because I want to come back. I want to do something fun with y'all. But allegedly, we're gonna be watching Power. To be honest, I did download StreamYard. So if it's possible for all of us to talk on StreamYard while it's playing, like live reactions, that might be really fun. I'm not sure, but I'm open to making it more collaborative. Like I'm wondering where we could watch it, where we could all talk, or we could all like comment in real time. That's why I suggested the Discord. But again, I'm not against people trying to monetize the moment. I personally don't care though. So if anybody wanted to like host it on their platform, do that. I'm down to be a guest. But just want to float that out there that I'm down to collaborate with people, but I don't want to make it seem like you gotta be on my channel. Please make your own channels, get a journal, write something nice to yourself about yourself. Ooh. No, I don't think this is worth telling you, but I'll just bring it up. But one of my clients found something on the menu that like I forgot that I like posted. But they're these like weed infused ice cream cones, and they're like full of like it's like a cotton candy ice cream cone kind of vibe. It's kind of hard to explain, but I forgot about them completely. And like, I didn't put them back on the menu because I'm like, do people really like motherfucking ice cream cones? But somebody might. I don't know. I feel like I would want to put real ice cream in it. I feel like that's the only thing. Just call me Z. Thank you. Again, I'm not gonna be on Discord probably till tomorrow. I'm probably gonna avoid that app for a moment. Nothing, not for any real reason. I just like sometimes I just feel like when I go into the Discord, I feel like I'm like in a building. Like I feel like I'm like in somewhere. A THC ice cream cone. Yes. Yes. And I want to say there's like three flavors. Like there's a chocolate and a vanilla and a strawberry, but they all come in one pack. But again, like I've never tested them. I feel like this might be a moment. Right. I feel like we'll split a pack and we'll maybe do a review and we'll figure out if we like it. But I have not tried them myself. There's some things I haven't tried that I want to try before I tell other people to fuck with them because there's some stuff like also sidebar. Last and truly, I'm trying to do a love offering where basically if you share my menu, one of you out of three of you, well, three of you out of all of you will win a disposable cart. But the fucking disposable cart company that I chose, I didn't really choose them, but I didn't put them out there for people to choose, and I just don't think that they're a good brand. Like the research I'm doing is kind of scaring me. I feel like I'm gonna do a poll. I'm gonna post my findings because again, I want to make sure I get things for people that they want, but I don't want to fuck around and give three people shitty vapes. I feel like that's my fear. Is that like if you're winning something, it should work. And all the comments were like, "This is not a good company." I also got weirded out that the company like has a private Instagram, which none of the other big weed companies do. So I tried to follow them. Still haven't been approved yet, so we'll see. But I think by tomorrow night, I'm gonna know what I'm gonna do because I'm either gonna get into the group or I'm not. Because like if I don't get to get on their profile, then I'm gonna know like how the fuck was I supposed to contact them? Like I don't know. And again, I might be doing too much, but I don't stock that brand currently. It's just the price point a little bit higher than I want to pay and my customers want to pay. However, I have tried it before and I did like it, but that was a while ago. And like, I'm just trying to put it out there that I've read some new information, which may change the offering. But I know that mittens is better than ooze. However, my thought process is I'm down to put both out there for the winners. Like, it's not about that for me. I just want to make sure that it's like the right brand that's treating people good. Because this brand, I don't know. I'm just not reading good things. Right, the IG is private. Yeah, it's called Church Cannabis Company, and so like if you've never heard of them, that's okay. But between me and you, I've tried the disposable vapes from them. I like them. One reason why I like them was because when like you get done with the vapes, even if it's just a cartridge, you can open up the mouthpiece and like take the oil out. And I know some people don't care about that, but listen, if you've never put wax in your rollie, that's okay. That's fine. But it is nice for the people that like a little bit more, trying something different. But yeah, I liked it because like I remember I got sick and I was able to open up the cart and take a toothpick and put some of the oil in a cup of tea. And it was nice. It is. It is. It is. It is. But again, if the vape is not good, it's a problem. You know what? The mittens vapes, I've gotten no complaints. There was a vape company I carried before called Sauce. I did get one complaint and then I stopped carrying them. But honestly, I feel like if people tell me something sucks or if I notice it sucks, I'm not going to do it. So again, I like the church carts in the past. Have I tried one recently? No. There's a part of me that feels like I want to buy one just to see. But that's about to be a whole fucking experiment. So there's a part of me that's like, in the meantime, I'm gonna figure it out because, like I said, I'm picking winners on the 8th. So you have until the 8th to share the menu or tag people. I want to say there's two different posts. There's the menu posted on Twitter, and then there's a menu posted on Threads, and then there's the actual post posted on Instagram. It's kind of confusing. I'm gonna keep it a buck. My main point of doing this love offering is to give back to people who have supported me and been abundant. My thought process is if people don't like me or don't fuck with me, they're probably not going to enter in somewhere to give me their address, right? And so I feel like I'm excited, but I'm also trying to be mindful about the fact that, like, people are scary. So again, don't do anything that's not going to make you feel comfortable. You do not have to support me in this way. There are so many ways to support me that are not risky, that are not, schmillegal. So just putting that out there, that I don't expect everybody to support me in any particular way. I am crowdfunding. I've been crowdfunding for a while. Posted a link about it a couple times. I feel like it's worth mentioning just because it's real, but I think at the same time, now that I'm doing sex work, I feel like whatever happens with my crowdfund, cool. But I think at this point, I feel like I'm maintaining. I feel like I feel like there's more, but I don't know. It feels weird to be like, oh, I'm good. It's like I'm not. But I feel like I'm still trying to, like, you know, how sex would be. Not Chirp Society C. I'm crying. Double wide surprise. You're funny as fuck. And honestly, Society C is a bad bitch. Um, you're not wrong. But again, it's the way that, I feel like my needs were taken care of today. I feel like that's the thing. But that's the thing about being poor. It's like if your needs get taken, like if I know I'm going to sleep and I'm going to sleep with a full stomach. Like I know I'm going to sleep like and waking up in a warm bed. Like I think about things like that. Like I think for all of us, if we all don't know, like what is we're good. Some of us don't know what that means. And so I think I'm trying to just remind myself that like there are people that ain't eating, right? There's people that don't got a bed. And so I think that that's the thing about being poor is like you're always trying to remember like I got something, which can again be derailing and gaslighting. So thanks for being kind. Just thanks for being just thanks. Just thanks for hearing me out. Thanks for listening. Thank you for sharing your points of view. I'm excited for the future. I'm excited for people to care about watching stuff together. I know I've been like super fucking flaky and not around, and it's mostly been just bed rotting and gathering as much information on how to survive in the future. I don't know. It feels like for the first time, really, it feels like the time doesn't matter. Like I don't know. I don't know if other people are feeling like that, but it just feels like the clocks aren't telling me anything. Like it just feels like I'm waiting for something that like doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's like sun out or not. I don't know if other people are feeling like that, but I am gonna leave the live up. It is very manic. It is very random. But yeah, I appreciate you for watching, and I will talk to you soon.